This is a secret stream. I'm trying to... I'm trying to see if everything's fine. Hopefully nobody is watching. Default 160p, interesting. Okay. It's a nice start. Okay. Yeah, it's not... I haven't announced the start, okay? This is not an actual stream. Nobody should know. Okay? That's the whole idea. I've had, like, stream problems recently that have only been apparent when I go live. So I'm trying to, like, see if everything's running fine before I actually go live. And then I guess I'll delete the VOD. Why does everything seem fine now? Time to clip, do not clip. Shut up, guys. Shut up. Okay, let's see the game. Why does it run fine? What's its problem? Dude. How many times do I have to go through this? Why are you gifting now? Who the fuck compromised now? Dude, this is not... Dude, bro. Dude. This is not like a service. I am just troubleshooting my fucking setup. Is that impressive? Let me troll a bit. Well, that's a very interesting way of trolling. If someone decided to cause me pain by throwing stacks of money at me on the street, I wouldn't be too fussed about it, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 very random gifted subs. More random than my stream right now. Thanks, dude. Everything is running fine right now. Legit. But why? That's the question. Okay, let's react. Okay, I was gonna pull this up later for the stream anyway. Let's see. How would a video run? That was one of the problems. I'm not gonna actually react, but... Okay, let's see this. How does this run? Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Don't talk to me. Shut up!
Please welcome Executive Producer, World of Warcraft, Holly Longdale.
Why does it run fine? Okay, well, I guess I changed a little bit of settings, but I didn't change too much. Sup, BlizzCon? Seems fine. Yeah, well, that's what I'm checking. So usually the browser would just randomly start lagging. And that would start lagging my computer, but only when I'm live. FF has issues with Twitch. No. I don't think it's FF. We did a lot of troubleshooting last time. The main problem was the browser for some reason. Every time I went live with OBS and then I would like put my browser as my main window, it would start like stuttering a lot. Dude, you have to stop shouting. Why is the audio shouting? There is like this very crazy setting in a lot of media players. It's like a volume button. It's usually on the bottom left of the screen, and you can drag it and like you moderate the sound with that. I know it's kind of crazy, but I think you should have it on your monitor, and you can moderate the sound for yourself. I think that would be pretty good. Take a look at that. Maybe look up a guide. But yeah, I think everything is running fine right now. I don't need to listen to the audio. I just need to see if the image is running fine. Now it stuttered a bit. I'm still in like the green for bitrate. Was also on BlizzCon. I smelled all the copium in the air. I haven't watched anything for BlizzCon. Okay, look, this wasn't meant for to be an actual stream yet. Okay, I'm gonna talk about BlizzCon and stuff like that if we actually stream. But first, I need to see if my stuff is running first. I haven't looked at anything BlizzCon related, pretty much. I literally have not even looked at the trailers. So I was like, maybe we will do that, but for that, I need to make sure that my browser is even working. Right now it's Oh, look at this, look at this. Wait, it's not stuttering, is it? Okay, I'm gonna skip through this. Don't look, it's spoilers. Okay, I'm not looking. It's still kind of slow. See how it buffers? But it doesn't lag consistently. Let's go back to the game. Uh-huh, yep. Seems fine. How's the bitrate, chat? How is the bitrate? I mean, I wasn't planning on having anyone watching this, but I guess I can't help it. So I guess you can let me know how the thing is looking. We're on 7,000 bitrate right now. I was thinking 8,000, but I guess it's okay. Looks fine on my preview. I'm not really getting any drops. Bitrate is fine. Yeah. Okay, well, for some reason everything seems to be running fine. So I either go offline now and I delete this VOD, or I just literally just ping everyone and we go live now, I guess, after that very awkward, weird intro. But I guess there's no reason not to do that at this point. What if it stops working though? Right, I don't know, well, maybe it will stop working. Fucking hell. I don't know, right? I don't understand. I don't understand. This has been such a random ass issue. It's not working though? Okay, you are correct. Maybe. This person, first time chatter, thank you. I completely agree. My anxieties are completely agreeing with you fully. Sorry, it's working now. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a more positive way to look at it. Sure, I'll believe you. Are you from Greece? No, sorry. Anyway, sure, let's just stream now, I suppose. I guess I'll just ping everyone. Again, I wasn't planning on starting like this, but I just had no choice. The stream has been really inconsistent the last weeks, so I have no option. I had to try to see if everything's working fine. Everything is. No fucking idea why, but yeah, sure. Okay. Let's just get on with it. Whatever. It's a live stream. It's meant to be kind of scuffed sometimes. It's the whole point is that it's live, you know. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like a well-composed scripted video. Seems to be working fine. Pray or I cry. There we go. I will ping people now. And we can change. We can start with just chatting, okay? We can start with just chatting. It's not just you, by the way. I've had quite a few streamers have issues this week. Really? I thought it's just me. Oh, wait. Now why does it say it's unstable?
Alu, is this the CC Titan?
It's me. I am the CC Titan. Hello. Bobby Wobby, 28 months. Welcome, bro. I hope you're doing fine. I'm just hoping I have a stream with no lag. For some reason, my browser is telling me that average stream bitrate is a bit too high. Okay. Let's go back to this. Does this still run fine? Oh no! Look at it! Wait, what?
As many of you know,
It's degrading! I just pinged people! The whole point was that I check if everything's fine. Wait. What's up with my... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do I have filters on? I do. Why did that seem so loud? Video is lagging.
Classic was born out of the community's passion.
Shut up. I'm troubleshooting here. It's like lagging, but only when I click on it, and then it kind of gets better. This is so strange. Like, I don't get it. Why? I like how I tried and I looked at it so long and there was no problem, and then I'm like, okay, I guess it's working, and then I ping people that I'm going live, because I've been live. And it stops working, or it like starts breaking even. Like, look at this. I told you the audio was shouting. Thanks, bro. No, the audio is normal. I think. Maybe my mic is a bit close. It's all according to the jailer's plan. Fuck the jailer, bro. I know he's fucked up, but messing with my stream is too much. Nothing else is lagging. Okay. Yeah, the browser starts lagging. But not for too long. It's really inconsistent. There's definitely some problems still. But I have no idea. Every driver is up to date. I tweaked a little bit of settings. I don't know. Okay. I guess we'll start like this. Fuck it. I don't know. Chat, if it breaks, like... I don't know. I guess I'm like the most scuffed streamer in reality. I don't know. I have to ask for advice or some shit. So... Hello. Welcome. Today... we're gonna open some more One Piece packs because I'm addicted. Look at this card, chat. I got my sleeves. Look at this. I got my sleeves and heart protector, so it's in a sleeve and a heart sleeve. Dude, this is the rarest thing I've ever pulled from anything. It's worth 56 euro, okay? This shit is precious to me. And I got addicted because I get really easily addicted to gambling. Thankfully, these are too expensive, and I'm also frugal. So I can't have them. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Don't they look sick? I really like holo cards. Like they look fucking awesome. We're gonna open 3 more packs today because that's what we decided, to just open 3 packs a day for some reason. So yeah. I opened 2 packs off stream because I couldn't help it. I'm just too addicted. But I got nothing, so it's okay, I guess. There's a One Piece trading card game, right? I didn't know either. A viewer of mine actually gifted me a box with like 24 packs inside for free because they had an extra one, and yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. I wouldn't buy that shit on my own. It's worth like 90 euro or something. Is that a Sylvanas body pillow? Yeah, it's a white man one too. A man's gotta know what he wants. Okay. Okay, maybe we start with that in a bit. Okay, so... we're gonna do card opening. One Piece, card packs... BlizzCon. Okay, so first of all, I'm really fucking tired. The last week, I go to bed late, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep late. And then I stir awake at like 6 AM, and because I hate sleeping so much, I cannot fall back asleep. So I end up going on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep really often, which is like abnormal for me. And I hate it. So I'm tired, but I guess I thought that we can maybe do some reacts today. Reacts? I didn't watch anything BlizzCon related. I don't give a fuck. You guys know my stance on these things. I've talked about it a lot. And right now I'm honestly almost finished with working on the video on the topic. But I don't give a shit about WoW. Or about the new WoW related stuff. But at the end of the day, we're kinda in the WoW sphere, so I thought that maybe we can just check them out, see what the fuck is up there, and, you know, if I feel like it, I can make a video on it or something. But it's also kinda chill, I guess. We're just kinda lay back and relax. Even though I hate concerning myself with WoW stuff because I get angry and I get sad then, and then I have to cry when my stream is done. So yeah, I don't know if we're actually gonna play Final Fantasy. I think there's a lot to react to. I think there's like a opening ceremony section. We don't have to watch all of that. There's also like a section on the next WoW expansion and a one on Classic. I haven't even watched the cinematic trailer for the new expansion. I always watch them instantly. As soon as they release, instantly I watch the WoW cinematics, but this time I didn't even give a shit. So we're just gonna see it together. I've seen screenshots, obviously, but yeah, I haven't watched it. Okay. How are you guys doing in chat? All good? Everything fine? I hope so. I guess we're chatting, starting in the just chatting section. Place, why are you not streaming? Not much. Well, I'm also busy. Or pretending to be busy, and watching a lot of Dr. House. But, also I've been kinda anxious with this live streaming thing, again. Because I'm like, okay, what if I start streaming and it fucking starts crashing all the time? It just makes me anxious, makes me paranoid. I don't like it. Right now it seems manageable. So, yeah. Okay, why don't we open 3 One Piece packs? Because we're searching for big pulls. I don't know what those big pulls are, but why not? I'm not like thrilled about these packs. Like they don't have crazy cards in them, like in terms of characters. But you know, we got it for free. Beggars can't be choosers, right? And I've already gotten a big pull, so I just want Chinese. I'm too addicted. EO8 Ultra. Okay, let's go. Let me bring you guys over here. Shit. Okay, 1 second. Let's see. Okay, let's... it's a professional setup. We've learned how to do it, okay? I just drag my whole, fucking ring light and camera on top of my... fucking disc pad thing, and then we open cards, I guess. Fuck, it's actually tangled up. Okay, okay. Is this okay? Nope. How about this? 1 second. Ugh. You know, some live streamers would have 2 cameras, but, you know. Okay. Okay. I think this should be fine. Again. Let me wipe my hands. You know, if these are like... If we get rare cards, we have to be really careful, you know? Like, I don't want to, like, degrade the quality with slimy fingers or something. Okay, nice and dry. There we go, perfect. Okay. First pack, chat. We're hoping for something big. Ideally a duplicate or some shit. Maybe I'll open my website where I track the prices of cards and we can check if we actually get something rare. They're usually not that expensive. Is this Arrow Gacha? Yeah, the playing cards, right? It's Arrow loot boxes. Okay. Carefully. I don't wanna, like, destroy something. Carefully. Dude, 8 Ultra. We've already, like, opened, like, packs, like, 3 streams in a row, bro. We got like a 50, 60-year-old dollar card. And I didn't even know because I was new to it. So I was like, oh my god, this card is trash. But it ended up being the most expensive shit ever. Okay, so Tom. Fucking idiot. He's an okay character. I don't give a shit. But yeah, whatever. Hanger, boring ass sided character. Nobody gives a shit. Stussy. I think we have this one. Art is nice. But it's just a common card. Common card, whatever character, nobody cares. Boring ass side character, nobody gives a shit. Boring common. Boring common. Okay, we care about the last few. We don't really give a shit about these, okay? I don't have this card actually, Viola. Okay. We have this one, shit. Okay, uncommon. Trash, nobody gives a fuck. And? Oh! King! Rare! Oh shit, that's kind of cool. That's kind of a shitty version. I don't like his dragon, like his pterodactyl version or whatever. That's a nice shiny card. It's a rare. I'll take it. And we didn't have it, so I'll take it. Oh! Oh no, it's an attack card. It's another rare. We didn't even get an ultra rare or something. Ah, whatever. This is bullshit. Fuck this shit. I guess we might as well sleeve them, right? Because they're rares. King. We can check how much King is, okay? Probably not a lot. King. Bro, it's literally 10 cents. This is like 10 cents or some shit. It's worth 10 coins. Bro. Actually scammed. Could have been cool. But instead, it was not. There we go. Whatever, we don't have to take the great care with these cards. They can suck my cock and ball. There we go. Fuck it. At least they're shiny. That's kind of what we need. I don't know if the camera is too focused. Okay. Next pack. There we go. I need a nice foily. Ultra rare, amazing card. I like, you know, obviously I want expensive pulls, right? I want expensive cards, but I also want just cool looking cards. So... Ah, fuck. This card. Like, the fucking... Oh my god, I don't want to bend them. Okay, I'm gonna be... Like, I'm gonna slip them out really carefully. I'm really good at this, as you can tell. Perfect. Amazing. I'm so talented. Okay, another Stussy. Nobody gives a shit. Yo, focus, bro. Dude, are you stupid? There we go. Ice only. Nobody gives a shit. Boring. Phantom Chopper. Boring. Dan Masterson. We already have all these stupid-ass cards. I don't know if I have this one, but it's shit anyway. Nami. I don't think I have this one. It's a common. Okay. Fair enough. Kozuki Hiyori, we don't have this one. Uncommon. That's nice. Some new cards. Flapping Fred, don't give a shit. Mr. Tree, suck my cock. Nobody gives a fuck. Chaka, what a fucking stupid ass side characters are rare. I don't give a fuck. Oh! Treble, rare. I mean, it's shiny. The card looks sick. Wait, is this alternate art? I don't know actually, but this character sucks. Like, wait a second, how much is this shit? Like, it can't be much, but I need to check, because the card looks kind of cool. Oh yeah, oh, this card is €5. It's €5-6. It's the alternate version. It's not the base version, it's an alternate version. Okay. Okay, that's a pull. That's a pull. It's not an ultra rare, but it's a rare. The card itself looks kind of cool. Let's hard sleeve it. Fuck it. I'm rich, bro. I'm making bank. I'm a billionaire. I'm an absolute billionaire. How much a pack costs? Well, I don't know about a pack, but I think this whole box of 24 packs is like 80-90 euro. Of course, I got it for free, but, you know, I wouldn't buy this shit on my own. There's no fucking way. Yeah, let's hard sleeve this. It's like expensive, dude. €5? That's like... back in my country, when I worked for an hour, I would make 1/5 of €5 for an hour. I'll take it. It's nice, looks cool. It's a cool looking card. Character is shit, but, you know, the card is cool. Okay, one pack, one more. That's a fine pull. It's a decent pull. You can't expect too expensive shit. We just got really lucky at the beginning. Hope you get Goku. Yeah, a shiny Goku would be kind of crazy. Karu, don't give a fuck. Chinjao, fuck you. Tom, no. Kung Fu Jugon, you suck. So I've got Law. That's a kind of good looking card. I don't know if I even have it. It's just a common though. But it looks cool. Cool character too. This shit, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Kuzuna, new card. Don't care. Usopp, new card. Okay, fair. We're getting some new shit. Sasaki. New card again. Boring character though. Bege. Rare. I mean, that's not bad. It's kind of an okay card. And? The fuck is that? Kyros? I don't even remember what the fuck that shit is. God, that's dog shit. Wow, so from this we just got this. This is the most expensive. Alternate version of a shit character. That's probably why it's so cheap, because it's a cheap character, you know? If this was a cool character, this would probably be like at least €30 or some shit. But, rip. We just got rares. We didn't even get an ultra rare or something. Big Saj. I really want to keep opening them because I'm super addicted. But I shouldn't. We gotta keep some content for the future, you know? We have like a limited amount of cards left. Okay, so these are all the rares we got. Obviously the big one. That's a big get. That's our second alternate version. And just a bunch of rares. This one's cool, but whatever. Okay. Pog, we have done it. The rest can go in the bonfire, I guess. Just play gacha games? You know, like, yeah, but isn't it kind of cool to hold a shiny card in your hand? Like, right here? take a whiff. Look at these cards. Aren't they cool? They're fucking sick. And this one is expensive. It just feels it feels better. It feels better in a way. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not a big gambler, simply because I have an addictive personality, but at the same time, I'm very frugal. So even if I wanted to get into getting a crippling gambling addiction, I wouldn't be able to afford it because I wouldn't want to spend the money. That's how it works. If I was a fucking billionaire though, I would probably give in and suffer the consequences. Sorry, I might be bumping the microphone. Are you planning on selling them? No. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth me selling these cards. They just look too good too. I mean, you know, 50 euro is 50 euro, don't get me wrong, but... What the fuck? Good enough. Good enough. I would sell them to buy more packs or easy money? Nah. Nah, come on. I don't know. That's how you get into a gambling addiction, okay? That is not right. I should not do that. That's me banking that I'll get a bigger pull every time. And that's just not right, Bobby. You're feeding into my bad side. You can't be doing that. Okay. That was nice. I got my fix. So now we can just start doing regular stuff, I guess. Okay. I've seen the graphic stuff for 40. No idea what that is. So probably not. Okay. I guess we're moving to World of Warcraft. Eyes. Eyes? I haven't heard anything about why. Eyes. Wait, is my notification still hardcore WoW obliterator? Join the journey. Am I fucking stupid? Oh, fuck. Okay, okay. I will be lurking since my headphones broke and I can't hear shit. Ah, a real viewer. How can you not know of a real viewer when you see them? Coda is literally the embodiment of that. Okay. So, I didn't watch any BlizzCon stuff at all. So we're gonna just do that now. I don't know how interesting it is. I don't know. I personally, as I said, I don't really care. But I was thinking that I might do a video on it if there's something interesting for like my alt channel. So I guess we might as well watch. I'm tired anyway today, so, you know. I think it works out. Or it should. Can I do this?
Please welcome executive producer, World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Holly Longdale.
Wow, no way! This is live right now? Wow! Chat, this is alive right now. I fell off WoW for a while ago, but BlizzCon was hype. Announcing new stuff is always hype. You can't go wrong with that.
So excited to see you all here.
But
Fantastic.
let's see. I'll go in, you know.
We've been playing World of Warcraft for almost 20 years.
No, I quit actually, but that's fair.
You know, 2004 was a while ago, right?
$90 to play 3 days early. I read that.
Waited in those lines,
I read that.
midnight releases,
Disgusting.
and got our discs. Yeah.
What are they talking about?
We raced home to install those WoW discs one by one.
Oh, disc installing was pretty hype.
Across nearly 2 decades, players all over the world have taken part in the stories of Jaina, Sylvanas, Arthas, and Thrall. well,
Ugh. God.
and of course, so many others.
Yeah, like the jailer.
Jumped through the portal into Outland,
Why didn't they mention my boy?
sailed off
The
into
bald Goliath.
and we watched Sargeras stab the world with that sword.
Whoa, whoa, he did? No way.
During that time, gaming has changed, and you have changed.
Oh, you've changed, Weird Champ.
Particularly in the
You've
past
changed.
year. The entire team across both modern and classic have embraced their communities. We are truly listening to your voices.
Okay, if this was a drinking game, I'd have like fucking vodka here. Every time I hear we're listening or some shit, I swear to God, not only a fucking shot of vodka, I am getting run over by a truck. Please, I'm so sick of hearing that sentence from Blizzard. I feel like my stomach curls. Don't say that, please. It's PTSD inducing.
My friends at BlizzCon,
Okay.
now is the perfect time to prepare to close chapters, open new ones, and double down on why we all fell in love with World of Warcraft in the first place.
Yeah, because it used to be good. That's a pretty good reason. It used to be like the best game. Now it's a mid game.
With that in mind, let's get to it. As many of you know, WoW Classic was born out of the community's passion.
Yeah, people wanted to play the good part of the game.
You know, that still drives us today. Like just in August, inspired by our community, we released Classic Hardcore.
A bit late, but yeah, you did. You know, hired an intern for one day to set up the
in
servers.
Hardcore,
That's
you
nice.
only get one life. And if you die, you may laugh, you may cry, you may have to replace a keyboard, but you
Okay.
go again.
Go again!
We've loved watching you take on the challenge or die trying. And because the hardcore community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play hardcore early next year.
New way to play hardcore. I've heard that there's been stuff for hardcore, but I have not looked into
And
anything.
last month in Wrath Classic, we released the Fall of the Lich King patch.
Let's go.
And while there's still more to come in Wrath, earlier this year, we looked at your feedback to think about where are we gonna go next.
What? Classic, please? Yeah, let's
We
go.
read through a lot, and I mean a lot of your feedback on social media forums.
Sure.
And we sent out surveys to our players.
Yeah, of course. I didn't get a
And
survey.
here at BlizzCon, we're happy to announce Cataclysm is coming.
Right.
And
Okay. My thoughts on this are mixed. So, well, you know, obviously I'm super skeptic towards anything Blizzard do nowadays. But a part of me really likes Cataclysm. I have pretty fond memories of playing Cataclysm. I really love PvPing in Cataclysm. So, you know, in general, I should be happy. But how can someone be happy for this if they barely even kept up TBC for like a year or two? Like, TBC, in my opinion, I think a lot more people want to play TBC than Cataclysm. I think, at least. And they deemed that there's not enough people playing TBC, and they sacked the TBC servers. How long is Cataclysm gonna last? Like, you know. Yeah, and initially they even said that they're not going to release Cataclysm. They said that they're probably doing, you know, vanilla TBC, Wrath, which, you know, fair enough. That's like the old part of the game. In my opinion, vanilla TBC Wrath is the old WoW. And then you have Cataclysm, Pandaria, and maybe a little bit of WoD, half of WoD, which is the newer WoW. And then the newest WoW is Legion, BFA, Shadowlands, Dragonflight. And these eras of WoW have been progressively getting worse, even though I feel like Cataclysm and Pandaria were super solid expansions. Pandaria a lot more than Cata, for sure. But yeah, I just don't know how to feel about this. Again, Blizzard don't know the purpose of a classic server. For me, a classic server is something that is there as an option forever, until the company bankrupts. when TBC Classic came out, I was like, oh my god, that's great. I had never actually got into TBC Classic a lot, and I really, really like a lot of TBC. I like the raids, I like Outlands, I like all these things. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll get into TBC because that's the only thing I haven't gotten into, because I managed to get into Vanilla with Vanilla Classic, and now it's TBC's turn. But, of course, I'm also pretty busy, and I couldn't devote the time for it. So I was like, whatever. I don't have to rush it. I can literally come back in 3 or 4 years if I want to, and I'm still gonna have it to play it because that's a classic option now. But no, it's gone. So if the classic servers don't have the protection of being a consistent option, then how can I be excited for new ones that potentially will have even less interest in them? For me, ideally they make a classic one for every fucking expansion. It doesn't matter. You can have like only one realm if there's not enough people. It doesn't matter. If it's even 1,000 people on a server, that's still a lot of people. I don't care. I feel like it's only fair for it to be an option, since the game always progresses with new expansions to change in very wild ways, I guess. It probably takes very few resources to bring back Cataclysm. I can't know. I can't know. But again, I don't know. I'm being skeptic here. Okay.
It's coming with hashtag changes based on your feedback.
Changes.
Just like you'd expect from Classic. So now,
Let's
jump into the Wayback Machine and get a reminder of all things Cataclysm.
Video is a bit long? Okay, I'll raise it. Oh, that's Hurricane. Right, he works with them. Honestly, sometimes I look back with I have a more negative view when I look back at the Cataclysm reworks, like how Barons changed and how Westfall changed and Loch Modan and all of these things, because I'm like, man, I like the original zones so much. I don't know if this was a good idea, but now in perspective, I think that the old versions of these zones look better, because now the destruction is a little bit just kind of annoying. It's just one-dimensional. It's just, oh, destruction, destruction, destruction. But I do think that the leveling experience in these zones actually shot up by a lot. Like, questing became actually a lot more fun. I have to agree with that. So I didn't really mind these reworks in Cataclysm. But it did have some of the best PvP out there. Kata PvP was superb.
Neltharion, it is time to end this.
All Azeroth shall burn. Everyone succumbs in the end. Deathwing has sundered this world.
I honestly didn't even
So that its true lords
raid too much in Kata. Or do PV.
dare trespass into my domain.
Firelands is a cool raid though.
This is my realm.
Okay, that's a long-ass trailer. I mean, I guess nice. Paul Barad. Paul Barad was literally weird. I didn't like it too much. I only quit WoW for 1 month and now I wanna resub again? Well, maybe, my friend, you have a problem. Or maybe you just like the game. Last time I subbed with money, again, was over 2 years ago. And I haven't cared since. But fair enough, you know, I like Kata, you know, if they manage to actually keep it. Fair.
Get ready, my
Fair.
friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half.
Will you ever return back to WoW?
Here.
From what I've seen, like, again, right now we're reacting to everything, okay? We're gonna digest all of this new information. Obviously, I've lost hope in WoW, but I'm gonna keep track of what they release. So right now, I'm gonna draw some conclusions by the end of these main WoW things that I'm gonna watch today. But from the little that I've seen already from people talking about it, it's not looking good to me. The only reason why I might ever play WoW again, because I every now and then do, is either because I need to record footage, which is something I will need to resub soon for, because I need to record footage for my next videos, and also to stream Classic. I don't personally really care to play WoW off stream anymore. That drive is kind of gone. But, you know, as a WoW content creator, it still kind of makes sense, so that's the only reasons. But I only buy my sub with gold, that's it. I am not paying. I enjoy Dragonflight, but the community has become an issue for me. The community has always been an issue, in a way. Dragonflight didn't grab me at all. I just want goblins in Classic Vanilla. Yeah, that's a nice change that I'd like to see. Why not? I like goblins. But yeah, let's see. Let's just watch a bit more.
Now, over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience. And we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor with a seasonal note and a dash of discovery. Season of Discovery is vanilla WoW with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock? Or take on the role of a mage healer? In Season of Discovery, you can.
What? That guy in the audience is earning his paycheck.
That's
That's pretty funny.
That max
Yeah,
level,
honest.
it's
just Ian has a Costas there in the back. Yeah, let's go!
You'll discover
Fucking hyping
a brand
everyone
new
up.
10-player Black Fathom Deeps raid with new and reimagined
Black Fathom
bosses,
Deeps.
mechanics, and of course, rewards.
So apparently, as far as I
Then,
remember,
after a couple of months, we'll raise the level cap a bit. You'll find even more endgame content, and so it will go. If you're here at BlizzCon, you can play the Black Fathom Deeps raid in the Warcraft Hall.
so Black Fathom Deeps was initially planned to be a raid in the original release of WoW, I'm pretty sure. I guess that's why they're doing it. Even though it's a really
If
fucking
you
boring
love
instance,
Classic
in my
or
opinion.
just a little intrigued about what exactly a Warlock tank can do, go check
That
it out.
guy, bro! What the
For all
fuck?
of you watching online, don't worry.
Yeah, Warlock tank!
Long to play. Because we want you to discover all of the secrets together, there will be no public testing. WoW Classic Season of Discovery launches in a few short weeks on November 30th.
This guy in the crowd, bro, he's like actually stoned out. He's like, what? His mind is absolutely fucking shattered.
For more information on the Season of Discovery and Cataclysm, don't miss the Classic panel this afternoon.
Okay,
All right, now it's time to talk to my dragon riders.
Okay, I'm done. No Dragonflight. No, I'm kidding. I guess we'll see it. Okay, so what I think. So they're adding Classic Plus new content. I guess we're gonna see the Classic Plus content later. Some people told me that it's basically, not to name names, but stuff from other private servers that they've just kind of copied or took. Which, you know, fair enough. I mean, at this point, they might as well steal ideas to make their game better. If nobody else is gonna brainstorm at Blizzard. But my problem is that every time, for so long, since Classic launched, the community has been like so loud about wanting Classic Plus. Like, there's been so much people saying, "Oh, please, we need Classic Plus. It's such a good game, and we just need more content. You know, just add more stuff onto it, as if it's like original Classic still, or vanilla." And to me, that stance has always been weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's such a popular opinion in the Classic community for them to want Classic Plus. And even though I agree that, you know, more content to vanilla would make it cooler, sure. But there's this one dilemma in my eyes. How the fuck can you trust current day Blizzard with adding new content, period? That is what I don't understand. Vanilla, it's already vanilla. It's already like the game that it is. Vanilla is vanilla, and it's a good game, and it's a good game that people can enjoy. Already, as it is. But then when you ask current day Blizzard, the people that fuck up almost every expansion and say, "Oh, we're listening," and then they don't listen, and they add the weirdest fucking things that make you scratch your head, and you say, why would someone add this? These are the people that you're expecting to add consistently good content to the game that is already good? Why? You know, that is my question. Why do you risk it? Why even bother? You know, I get it. The temptation is good. You know, if it's good, it would be good. You know what else would have been good if it was good? BFA, Shadowlands. Those two things would have been good if they were made well. But, you know. And now with Classic, why do you have to spoil something that's already good with this big-ass risk? Does it have potential? Sure, but I just don't believe it. Like, I have no faith in Blizzard. Am I crazy, chat? Am I absolutely crazy? That's my opinion on this, and I'm just so surprised a lot of people just didn't see it like that, or didn't even think about it. They just simply said, "Oh, we want Classic Plus, full stop, that's it." I don't know. Is WoW still the most popular MMO? If so, why? Probably is consistently the most popular. Probably Final Fantasy overtakes it every now and then. The reason why is that it's the most well-polished MMO that's obviously survived the test of time by a lot. Has a nice style, smooth gameplay, you know, AAA money to back it up. It's a smooth game. At its worst, it's still an okay experience. Doesn't mean it's not disappointing, but you know. At this point, if they do it, then it'll burn the whole company to the ground. Same here. You worded it perfectly. Stuff they're adding to the Classic servers is so stupid. I'm just concerned, yeah. Classic Kata is hilarious to think about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, I like Kata, and I want to be excited, but they removed TBC in less like, then what, 2-3 years? I wanted to play TBC. I didn't even make it to the end game before they removed it. What the fuck? So, okay, let's see the Dragon Riders. What are they talking about?
Our team remains committed to giving you meaningful game updates about every 8 weeks with more content sprinkled in between. We really want Azeroth to feel alive and the home you want to come back to no matter how you play. Our next major update, Guardians of the Dream, is going live in just 5 days. I want to give
I'm not playing Dragonflight, by the way.
to my elves. It is finally our time. 1 week later, Season 3 will start with the last raid of the expansion, Amir Drasil, the Dream's Hope.
Last
There
ring.
we will have our final showdown with Farak and defend our new world tree. But fear not, that's not the end of our time in the Dragon Isles. There's a lot more to come in Dragonflight that will serve as both the epilogue of this story and the bridge to our next one. Like I said earlier,
Yeah.
we are evolving. We are changing our approach to this big, beautiful game and how we look ahead to new chapters. BlizzCon, it's time for a new adventure.
World of Warcraft.
One that has grown from the very
Grimwa.
seeds of what
Yo,
captured
Fia.
our hearts when we first set foot in Azeroth.
Thank you for the 32 months.
For
Thank
veteran
you.
players, the last 20 years have led us to this. And for those who have yet to join us, now is the time. And who better to talk about the first step in this journey?
They're like rock stars, bro.
Then
Everyone goes crazy. Oh my god, medicine! They're just fainting.
someone
It's
who
like Michael
carved their
Jackson
path
coming out
in
on
the
stage or
first
some
place.
shit.
Everyone, please welcome my friend and the executive creative director of the Warcraft universe, Chris Metzen.
Chris is a chill guy, you know. He seems like a cool dude, but yeah. So they're announcing the new expansion. I already know like the general stuff. We're obviously just reacting to it now. And Dragonflight came out like last year. So it's barely been like what any time, and they're already releasing the next one, I guess. If anyone can fix WoW, it's him. You think? Very hopeful. I admire it.
Holy smokes! Horde, where you at?
You Horde, wow!
Alliance!
You Alliance? No, I only sit with Horde guys. God, that reminds me of that horrible commercial for BFA. God, I hate like
Holy smokes, thank you.
faction
Thank
pride
you.
nowadays. It's so cringe.
It is,
It's fair enough though.
thank you guys.
Chris is cool though. Chris is cool. It's fine. It's fine.
It has been a long, strange trip to get back to this spot. I tell you that.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It has been interesting this past year, being back under the hood of World of Warcraft. It has reminded me of a few things. One,
I should have never came
love
back.
Warcraft.
Yeah, I used to too.
Number two, you know what? I really missed this work. And number three, on the real, it feels amazing to be back and part of this Blizzard family again. As
Okay.
Holly said a bit ago, next year is the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft. I can't even believe it. Whatever. How many of y'all have been playing from the beginning?
There's no way these people are ancient, and the whole fucking stadium is playing from the start.
Crazy. So given that... What was that? Doesn't matter.
Where are these
Started
guys
thinking.
shouting so?
So, what next? Right?
Yeah, what next,
What
bro?
expansion hook? What single storyline could possibly match such a historic occasion? We started thinking about, well, I did, the good old days, right? And some of those early mythic ideas that kind of established the
Yeah.
background.
Okay. Now he's speaking to me.
Started thinking about even some of the newer ideas that have played out more recently,
Uh,
but still in a way
Let's not think
feel
about
a
those.
little unresolved.
Okay, this is a stupid
And in the
fucking sword
mix-
thing now. Okay.
Of all that stuff, in the mix of all those ideas, particular things like, what the hell has Magni actually been babbling about all these years? Was the thing that he came to warn us about in Battle for Azeroth, did it actually play out? Or is there potentially something darker still looming on the horizon? I don't know.
Ah yes, BFA, the best lore reference there is.
Will there eventually be an apocalyptic confrontation between the forces of the light and the void? Talk to me, BlizzCon.
Or we obliterated the useless
I'll
ass
tell you what,
fucking
for
old
nothing,
gods,
my
and
pal
Nizalf
Maine,
was
I'm
fucking
all in on
shit.
that kind of thing. If it happens, it's gonna happen. And really, the big question for all the marbles: what have the Titans actually been doing?
They're just
since the
fucking
dawn
jacking
of
off watching
civilization?
Sir Garrus and Illidan fuck up there. Like, they're not doing shit.
What is the real purpose of all of their cute little installations slammed into the side of the planet? Do we know everything we need to know about their real intentions for our world?
Plotlines that could have been pretty cool, yeah.
BlizzCon. All of these hooks. And 100 more. 68. Carry the 2. A bunch more. All cooking in the pot.
Okay.
Started to reveal a storyline. Something epic. How epic?
Epic.
Real epic.
Wow. Okay. Man,
A storyline that in almost every way feels like the culmination of the first 20 years of our storytelling. A storyline provided we do our jobs, we do the thing
okay.
that will vector us into the next 20 years of adventure.
The next 20 years. 40-year anniversary! Do you guys think WoW will be here in 20 years more?
Are you with me, BlizzCon? We call this storyline the World Soul Saga.
Okay, so this is like the stupid shit with the 3 expansions, right?
The World Soul Saga
New anime arc
is so
called.
epic, as we covered. It cannot be contained within any single expansion. It is built to play out over multiple expansions over the next few years.
Yeah, like the previous sagas.
Come on now.
Yeah, money! Let's go! Unlimited money, X! Wait, so...
Having said
I'll let
that,
him talk.
We are working on multiple ways to deliver this adventure to you a little faster than you're used to. We're not going to get into it at this BlizzCon, forgive me. But keep your ears peeled. I assure you, we are moving with purpose. And the last thing we really want is for y'all to have your grandkids controlling your mouse and your keyboard trying to wrap this thing up. So,
Okay.
it's coming.
Gotta get them while they're still addicted and alive.
Also, given the scale of this monster, we have decided to change it up today. Here we go.
Going?
Dun, 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 dun. Instead of just debuting your next expansion all on its lonesome, we have decided to give you a glimpse at your next 3 expansion sets.
Okay. Three.
Does this meet with your approval, BlizzCon?
I mean, he can announce 20. But whether they will be good is another
there
question.
May be mild spoilers ahead. Actually, I'm just kidding. They ain't mild. Buckle up.
These guys just
Are you
spoiling
ready,
everything,
BlizzCon?
dude.
The first part of the World Soul Saga and your 10th expansion is called World of Warcraft: The War Within.
Uh-huh.
In this chapter, you will be descending into the heart of Azeroth itself, exploring new subterranean kingdoms and engaging with ancient cultures like the Earthen and the terrifying Nerubians of Arsh-Kahet.
Okay. Sure, I guess. There's barely any races left to
Forces
interact
of
with.
darkness close in around our precious world soul. You,
You!
yeah, that's you, will be called to do what you always do, which is
Do daily and weekly chores!
dispense indiscriminate justice upon all those who got it coming.
Oh, okay.
Talk to me, BlitzCon! The second part of the World Soul Saga.
Okay, the
is
second!
called World of Warcraft Midnight.
Oh! That's just after dusk or something!
In this chapter, you will be returning, ready?
To midnight.
To the old world. To the fabled lands of Quel'Thalas.
Okay.
There, the forces of the Void have invaded Azeroth, intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness and fear.
But why?
You will not only help reunify the scattered elven tribes of Azeroth, but you will make your stand with the forces of the light and banish the shadow forever.
They're going back in time? Time travel? Again? Alternate reality? Like what?
Of course, BlizzCon, it is Azeroth. Things may not go to plan. Things may just spiral wildly out of control.
Yeah, someone might announce a
Leading us
mobile
to-
game and receive bad reception.
The third part of the World Soul Saga. World of Warcraft, the Last Titan.
This is kind of what I was talking about earlier with some people in Discord. It's kind of like, look, if you haven't really understood by now, almost everything is through a skeptical lens in this stream. I just can't help it. It's kind of how it is. It's up to Blizzard to impress me and prove me that I shouldn't be looking at that at them like that anymore. They've just broken too many walls in my trust that is not existing right now. So, you know, it is how it is. But am I the only one that thinks that like these expansion titles are weird? War Within, Midnight, Last Titan. I mean, Last Titan, I guess they're just so vague. You know, a lot of it used to be so more central, like Wrath of the Lich King, the Burning Crusade. You know, all these things were like so concrete in what it wants to present it and what it wants to highlight. What is War Within? Okay, so it's like Depression, the expansion. It sounds like a name for a mobile game or like a name for like an offbeat movie or something. Warrior Within, yeah, that's a good game. We're talking War Within, I guess. It's kind of weird, and then Midnight's just I don't know. Is it trying to be artsy? I don't know. It's like, what did this person say? I just hope that people don't get fooled by medicine and remain skeptical. They earned all the skepticism from people. It's up to them to prove us wrong. Exactly, Blue Bender. That's what I'm saying. Not for us to blindly trust their word. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, you repeated it, but yeah, I just scrolled up to read it. I was just watching these things. I agree. I completely agree. But sadly, I don't think that's the case. People move on too quick. And you know who moves on the quickest? I don't want to call out people because I love my fellow co-workers. But the people that move on the fastest usually are content creators. And with around content creators, the community moves on as well. I'm sure a lot of people have been like, you know, put off by Blizzard for a long time and have remained like, you know, okay, I'm not playing WoW anymore. I don't trust Blizzard anymore. But, you know, in the WoW community, when content creation is so popular and stuff like that, you have a lot of content creators criticize Blizzard, rightfully, when they fuck up. But then nobody continues that for too long. I don't know. And then they just kind of like get excited for the upcoming stuff as if nothing happened. They get excited to play the game as if nothing happened. And their communities go with them. I don't know. It's a thing. But at the end of the day, I agree. I agree that ever since BFA, the whole community in general should have remained as skeptical as back then and outraged. And everything that Blizzard say from then on out should be just seen, you know, with pessimism. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, and that is honestly the best thing. It's for Blizzard to do, like, good now. I guess with Dragonflight they showed that they don't have to fuck up all the time. Whether Dragonflight is a good expansion, that is subjective. In my opinion, it's not. As in, it's just a boring game, and I don't really give a shit about it. I still think they fucked up a lot in Classic, and they shouldn't be really forgiven that much about it. But now Hardcore is popular, and Hardcore manages to solve a lot of Classic's problems, which is, for example, botting. Botting doesn't really happen anymore. So, you know, because bots just die, and that's it. I'm not invested in Dragonflight's story. Every snippet I've seen of Dragonflight's story is probably the cringiest fucking shit ever. I don't have any hope in the story anymore, okay? If the game is good, I don't have to watch the story, but the story is like so fucking bad, I can't. Good thing I'm not playing it, but yeah, I'm not too invested in all of that. Dragonflight's best feature is that it's not that awful. It's not awful. Yeah, its best feature is that it's not as bad as BFA and Shadowlands, which is, I'd say, a very easy thing to achieve, but, you know, that's how it is. I would call these people fence sitters that steal from both gardens, depending on which side is more bountiful and juicy at the moment. You know, I don't want to get too negative towards content creators. I completely get it. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta make your money. You gotta do your stuff. You know, it's business, but it's just kind of how it is. It's kind of hard to remain united in skepticism towards Blizzard when so many people seem to be moving on so quickly. It's just hard. I feel like right now a lot of people are looking at Blizzard and WoW with a lot of hopeful views, a lot of positive views. I feel like right now I'm working on my video that's all about me explaining my recent experiences in the last few years of how I'm skeptical towards WoW and Blizzard, how my hope for the game died, how I've been completely put off by it and I don't want to play it anymore, stuff like that. And I feel like it'll just be sticking out like a sore thumb, you know? Everyone's like, oh, 3 expansions, wow, let's go Classic Plus, it's gonna be amazing. And I'm dropping a video that says that WoW and Blizzard are shit. So, you know, I mean, that should come out in like max a week or something. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I don't know. These expansions, yeah, I think there was something else. I don't know if this means, I haven't seen like in the preview yet, but apparently they're gonna come out quicker between each other.
Be returning to the old world, this time to the wintry lands of Northrend.
Okay.
And there, at Ulduar, you will bear witness to the return of the Titans to Azeroth.
Okay. So, going back to Northrend for the last Titan expansion. For my skeptic lens, this tells me that Blizzard wants to save funds on creating new zones, and they just want to reuse all the assets. I don't know.
And there, you will uncover a vast conspiracy. One that stretches throughout the history of the world.
No.
One that will challenge everything you think you know about the Titans, their intentions.
The jailer controlled the Titans!
Azeroth itself.
He is the last Titan, the jailer!
Time, my friend, in time. And it's called Silithus. There you go.
Good one. Och megalo.
BlizzCon, my hope, our dear hope, is that you can see when it comes to WoW storytelling, we ain't screwing around.
Oh, come on. Metsu, dude. I like you, bro, but oh, fuck. That made my
We
spine
are
curl.
playing for all the
Come on.
marbles. We
Okay.
are working to establish a thundering heartbeat for this franchise.
Okay, sure.
Now,
Sure, fine. Fine. If you can make the story good, that would be incredibly impressive.
now, BlizzCon. Hearken to me. Always
Fucking
wanted to say
crop.
that. Thank you.
What a nerd,
Whether
bro.
you are a current player, and I'm gonna bet that most of you are, or maybe you jumped off the WoW train a few expansions ago, now is the time to come home.
Why? Why is it the time, Mr. Metsin? Why are you telling me that now is the time? Now is the time to pull out your wallet and slam down your fucking credit card. I don't give a shit that you haven't played it. Just believe me, because I'm on a stage and I am bald. That proves I'm a real WoW player. You have to come and play, and you have to give us the money so I can prove that I'm useful. Like, you know, it's good to hype up a crowd, but, you know, come on. What do you mean this is the time to come home? I haven't seen anything from your expansion and it's been lit down after lit down. You cannot say stuff like that. Promise me more that you're looking to do stuff better. Sure. That's fine. But this...
Now is the time to pull on your boots, pick up your broadsword or your favorite glowy staff, and get in this fight.
Come now! Put on boot and come now! Right now!
Friends, Azeroth needs her defenders now more than ever.
My bad.
Now,
Now.
in a few moments,
In a few moments.
we are going to give you a deeper look at the war within.
Deeper.
But before we do that, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on. I want to
True.
remind you all that sometimes very epic things can begin with small, heartfelt moments. What you're about to see is one of those moments.
What is he on about?
And with that, BlizzCon, proud defenders of Azeroth, let the World Soul Saga begin.
Is this like a recap episode? Oh, this is the cinematic, isn't it? Is this the actual expansion cinematic? I haven't watched it. Anduin with Charlemagne. The most robbed character in all of the Warcraft universe. Bro, he needs to wash his face, bro.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
Man, both of his daddies died, and now he needs a new one.
Stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately.
The visions. Everyone is dreaming about... what? Azeroth?
Something. Someone is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin.
Something dark is coming.
The world needs
What's up
your
with his
light
hair?
again.
Oh.
My son.
Oh shit! Yo, relax, Anduin.
I am not that person anymore.
Why not?
I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
What did he do?
You are not your
Yeah, he was
past,
mind controlled,
Anduin.
but
I trust you.
the models look really good though. Oh shit, they're... Bro, it's fucking... Crystal Mommy from Final Fantasy XIV. It's Heidelin. No way.
Look. Whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall?
Yeah, who is
Who's
it?
calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet.
Bro, just look up like Wowhead or something. They'll release the leaks. It's
But
okay.
that sword was aimed at someone.
The sword, Lamau. Haha, guys, the sword is Silithus. It's kind of still there, Lamiao. Okay, so this expansion is looking sick. What do you mean, just from the cinematic trailer? That's very hopeful if so. But so again, this is what I was also talking about in the Discord. Like, now I saw the full cinematic, I get it. I understand what they're going with. The cinematic looks cool, you know, the vibe is nice, but I like it better. In my opinion, Anduin is the most undervalued and literally robbed character in all of World of Warcraft. That guy deserved so much more. The whole growing stage of him in Cataclysm, in Mists of Pandaria, how he, like, even as a kid went through so much. Garrosh almost fucking murdered him, but he just never backed down and he kept going and he kept trying. And then in Legion comes over and you have this huge story progression thing with him, how, you know, his dad dies and he kind of has to cope with the fact that he's now king. It has to fill these big shoes up. But also at the same time how he also grows as a person. And the story gives you the idea of, okay, now it's Anduin's time, let's go. And that happens like halfway through Legion or even earlier than that. And they don't touch him, that's it, he's gone. He's absolutely forgotten. He doesn't do absolutely anything anymore. He doesn't do anything during BFA. He's just sitting there in Stormwind like a fucking moron. And then Shadowlands comes over and he is the super casually mind controlled. And now, in my opinion, they should have just continued writing him consistently in Legion, but they put all of their focus on Sylvanas, because, yeah, everyone loves Sylvanas, I guess, and they just kind of forgot about him at the back end. And now they're like, okay, well, now we don't have Sylvanas, we gotta get the next in line, get an Anduin, we're gonna give him some screen time. But now they're trying to give the idea that Anduin's spirit is broken just because he got mind controlled by the jailer and he didn't really do anything when he was mind controlled. He was just kind of ordered around to move a bit, which, like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't get how that was, like, mentally scarring that much. You know, probably unpleasant, but he did get to meet his father again. He did get to meet Varrock again. There was, like, nothing too bad about that experience, I feel. It's not like he killed some loved one, like he didn't murder again or some shit. It was like, whatever. And then at the end, it fine. Didn't he kill some people? Did he? Maybe he did. I don't remember, honestly. Shadowlands story is like kind of like a migraine. But my point is that, like, I don't know. Even in Shadowlands, they didn't sell his, like, mental torture that hard. Because the whole idea with Anduin is that he's unwavering. No matter how much stupid shit happens to this guy, he's just a stubborn little shit, and he's gonna keep trying to be like the good guy. And I like that. I like that. But now they're trying to give me the idea that he's like depressed, and it's like, sure, but I didn't get that impression. Didn't he kill angel people? Oh, that's a plus. Nobody likes those guys anyway. They were already dead, you know? Who cares? He's clearly not unwavering anymore. Yeah, well, I guess they decided that. Whatever.
Sup, Grim?
Hello.
Stop being a party pooper.
Stop!
Now is the time to hop on the cocaine train and come.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come with all my credit cards. Don't you worry. Chris already hyped me up. Thank you, Zio, for the 12 months. I am glad you came 12 months in a row to sub. I appreciate it. Okay, so, and then you have the whole Hydaelyn thing, you know? Azeroth speaks now, because why not? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know where they're gonna take that. Maybe they're gonna do like, oh, Azeroth is evil. You know, the Titans wanted to destroy everything with her. That's why Sargeras tried to stab it. But this is like the other question. I kind of like talked about this in my Discord. And it's like, did they decide to focus back on the sword because that makes sense story-wise in the story that they're making? Or did they come back to Sargeras' sword because it was too much of an outrage in the community? You know? Was it because it made sense how the story progressed, or because so many people were like, oh, but what about the sword? Ha ha ha, the sword is Silithus? Could be both. Yeah, it could be both. But the kind of half of me, the way I saw it, is like, oh yeah, I get it. What about the sword? But, you know, WoW is kind of like a high fantasy world. You know, it's kind of cool to have a zone with a big sword sticking out and just say, oh, yeah, there was this giant demon that came from space and it stabbed the planet and now his sword is here. Yeah. You could have just ended it there. Nobody gives a shit. I wouldn't have given a shit. It's just kind of, it's a fantasy world, there's a big sword sticking out. Whatever. But sure, I guess they're continuing with this Titan saga. I guess it might as well start from there. So, fine. I don't know if I care. Chris says that they want to make big moves with WoW Story, which, you know, I used to really be into WoW Story. I really was, like, super excited for a lot of it. But now I can't be excited for WoW Story at all. I have to see it to believe it. WoW's old way of storytelling, I say this in my video that I'm gonna publish soon. WoW's old way of storytelling is ambient, okay? It's ambient in the background. People can kind of explore it on their own will if they find something in the game that seems interesting or makes them raise the question of, hey, what is this about? And they Google it up, they open up the wiki, they read about it, and they get invested and they read more and more and more. And it brings them more immersion, right? But nowadays, the story is like high risk, high reward storytelling. It's super cinematic, it's super in your face. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. It's shoved down your throat as hard as possible, and nobody cares. You have to experience it with all these cinematics, and it's like trying to give you the gist all the time. But the problem with that way of storytelling is that when it's bad, then it's extra bad, because it's not even something that you can kind of avoid. It's in your face and it reminds you how fucking bad it is. That's my problem with current day storytelling. So if they continue in the current way they present WoW's story, and it still sucks ass crack, very bad. Very bad. I don't know. So yeah. But yeah. Kind of a vague expansion so far. Nothing too crazy. What are you guys saying? The good story in Warcraft ended with Warcraft 3, in my opinion. Well, that's a fair thing to say, but I think that's the thing about WoW, when it had more of an ambient storytelling thing. It wasn't always good, but you didn't have to pay attention to all of it. I think that there was a lot of good storytelling up till WoD. WoD was in general dog shit, but you know, there were some small snippets that were good. Pandaria had a lot of good storytelling. Actually, Pandaria was kind of like whatever. Cataclysm had some good storytelling with Garrosh. Wrath the Lich King, obviously classic. TBC was a bit convoluted, and yeah, that vanilla TBC are kind of. So yeah, I'm so jaded. The burden of proof is on them. Oh yeah. Chris saying that 20 years of Warcraft have led to this feels really stupid if you think about the lore. Who has... for more than 5 seconds. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna say it. Before Shadowlands came out, and they were talking about the story of Shadowlands, they said the same thing. Okay? The story of Warcraft has led up to this culmination. That's what they said. They said that this is the end of the story, and they kept repeating that. Now they're repeating it again. I think that it's just kind of like a PR thing to say. You know, oh yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Oh, it's led up to this. You know, it's just... Come on.
I guess we're not ignoring that sword anymore. Every time I see that cinematic, and I've seen it many times, it gets me right in my heart. It feels like a new beginning, and it feels like coming home. And we are so excited.
Okay, bro. Okay, look. I can't help it. It's just something tingling in me. Did they get the script that says, okay, you have to repeat coming home 5 times, you have to repeat led up to this 3 times, and we hear you 7 times? Like, ever since Classic, they just love saying that shit. It's coming back home, guys. This is it. It's your home, and this is the time. Betson said it. She says it. Like, okay, I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand. You want to milk it. I get it. It's fine.
About where we are going. And now that you've seen or heard the overview for the World So Saga, let's talk about the war within. As we all gather and explore...
Yeah, the war within, after I lost all hope for the game I loved, and now I'm fucking depressed.
They will be led by someone we were first introduced to in Legion.
I feel like they're revealing the new iPhone. It does have that vibe a bit.
The void brings destruction and darkness that threatens all light in our world. The last time we saw Xalatath, she promised we would meet again.
Xalatath.
And it turns out she was right.
I never followed the lore with
Thrall
Xalatath. I don't play
others
priests.
share the same visions emanating from the heart of the world. Some are seeing something quite different.
Another cinematic? Jesus Christ. Relax.
My visions are not the same as the others. No radiance, no song. Just the shadow taunting me from below.
Are these new zones? That looks like Maldraxxus or something. Oh, it's like it's the Anubarak kingdom, I guess. Okay, not Anubarak, but the Nerubian. Sorry.
Below.
Oh, never mind. Ashkaket, right. I like Nerubians. They're chill. Okay. What? Oh, okay, new zone. Ringing Deeps, okay. Is it just me or this tree is like extremely low poly? Like, does it even have a texture? Maybe it's just me. That looks nice. Oh, that's stalagmite, stalactite, whatever. Okay. You know, if it's an allied race, sure, you can reuse skeletons. She has a beard, that's fine, you know, it's the age-old meme, you know, female dwarves need beards, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You know, kind of a cheap thing. I don't know how these little gems will work with armor, I guess they're just gonna hide. But it's an allied race. Fine, for allied race it works. I was really disappointed with Dragfear. I thought they're a super huge letdown. But, you know, I guess they're not doing anything too crazy now. Dervin are 25% larger than normal dwarves. Oh, okay, well, I mean, kind of... Fair. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Why not? Still no ogres? Yeah, fuck that. Ogres has been my most anticipated race for a while. I've always wanted ogres.
The fate of our world rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
Okay.
In the War Within, alongside beautiful, unique underground zones, we will have challenging dungeons and raids and some new features too that are built to last. If you
Built to last. I feel like that's a thing they always say a lot too. I think that was the same thing they were saying with Diablo. It's just built to last. A game made to be played for 20 billion years.
You like exploring on your own with a couple of friends or family.
Ogres will require new skeletons and animations. Oh, they already have the skeletons. They can just tweak them a bit. We already had Zandalari before Zandalari were in the game. They could update them, but it doesn't matter. They should. Fucking ogres are amazing. They've been there for like 10 billion years.
We have delves. These
Naga,
are a
too.
variety of bite-sized experiences for 1 to 5 players that will offer endgame rewards.
Okay. PTSD. I remember. Let's reel it back to where it really mattered. Shadowlands is getting announced, and they're announcing Torghast, and they say, "Oh, it's these instances, and it's for 1 to 5 players or 1 to 4, whatever." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's actually pretty cool. I could do it solo and invite people. Oh my god!" And nobody listened to me, and nobody actually bought Shadowlands for a good reason. But you know,
You may also find in your delve a familiar character who'd be willing to fight alongside
islands
you.
are super underrated.
And if you're like me and you have an obsession with alts, we have warbands. With this feature, you could treat all of your characters like family and share banks, reputations, transmogs, and more.
Okay. Alt friendliness is always good, and they've been taking way too long on that.
We're also
It's been a question since
introducing a new layer
BFA,
of customization
or even
for your
Legion.
class specs with hero talents. You might want to take your character down the path of a Dark Ranger, let's say, or a Farseer, and more.
Do these things mean anything? I guess we'll see on the deep dive later, but...
Also, during your travels underground, you will meet the Earthen Dwarves, and you'll be able to unlock them as our new allied race.
It's visuals and passives.
I mean, who doesn't love a dwarf? The facial hair options are spectacular. There's so much more to talk about, so please join the What Next panel that's coming up right after the opening ceremony right here.
Okay.
What I can
Pre-purchase to receive a Dragonflight raid. Do you guys know what the Battle.net launcher says now? If you want to pre-order the expansion. It includes the critically acclaimed Dragonflight expansion. That's what it says on the tin. Critically acclaimed. Since when is Dragonflight critically acclaimed? Was it actually critically acclaimed? Or is this kind of like, you know, we gotta battle the Final Fantasy 14 shit posters. You gotta show that our game is also critically acclaimed. Haven Sword, Dragonflight, both critically acclaimed. Who cares? It's like that Game of the Year label which everything gets. Yeah, pretty much, I guess so. They had some critic praise it. Yeah, just one guy on YouTube praised it somewhere, probably, and they just slapped it on. Okay. Isn't there a subscription bundle? I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's just start. 40 minutes.
First presentation, World of Warcraft, what's next?
Let's see what these guys are on about here. That guy shouting in the crowd. Yeah, that guy is the CEO.
Four years have passed since the mortal races gathered together
Oh, it's this guy.
in Anaheim, California. And now, the drums of BlizzCon thunder once again. Let me hear the thunder! Yes! Ah! Oh, thank you.
Where do they announce these? The 3 days early access. Is this all here? I guess let's watch. Let's watch.
Today. Hello,
well,
everyone,
let's watch.
and welcome to the World of Warcraft What's Next panel. My name is Taryn Gregory.
Taryn Gregory.
You may have heard.
Animator.
As you may have heard from the press during the opening ceremonies, we are at the dawn of a new era of Warcraft.
Oh, a new era.
The World Soul Saga. A story that will play out over the next 3 expansions and will take us on an adventure in World of Warcraft like we've never experienced before.
Wow.
This saga kicks off with the War Within. In this first chapter, our heroes will be called on an expedition to the subterranean depths of Azeroth, revealing a new world full of mystery, wonder, and darkness.
Darkness.
There we will confront the shadows below and face new challenges on the battlefield as well as in ourselves. So what is next? During this section, I'll share an overview of the story of the War Within, and then next you'll hear from Maria Hamilton, who will speak to zones and cultures, and then wrapping up with Morgan Day, who will talk about dungeons, the raid, and our new systems. Let's dig in. In our cinematic reveal, did you guys enjoy the cinematic?
It's okay.
Woo. Big shout out to the cinematic team for their work on that. It's just incredible work.
We have to, with this, I have to do a new cinematics tier list. I have to do a new one. I've done one before at some point, but I plan on remaking all my tier lists. Right now, I can say this cinematic is better than, obviously, Shadowlands. I mean, Shadowlands was cool, right? It's a cool cinematic in a vacuum, but fuck, story-wise was it annoying, so personally I don't like it. Pandaria is by far the worst one. In my opinion, my personal opinion, this is kind of controversial, Pandaria is absolutely the worst cinematic they've put out. I hate it. I hate it. It looks like a mobile game. It's the worst. WoD is amazing, of course. WoD is fucking amazing. Dragonflight is really boring. It's okay, but it just feels like I'm not even watching a WoW thing. I think this one is better, because Anduin just carries more weight to him as a character. He's just like actually one of the few characters that I like in WoW that's left. And BFA was pretty cool. TPC was really cool. All of the other ones were really cool. BFA rocked. Yeah, BFA was pretty high. I mean, it's a kind of a, like, you know, yeah, for the Alliance, for the Core, you know, but it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool trailer. Wrath the Lich King is legendary. I mean, there's no point. Wrath the Lich King WoD are definitely top tier. 1,000,000%. I quit in Kata, and the Mob trailer didn't sell me on coming back. Sad, because yeah, Mob was an amazing expansion. It's just the cinematic that sucked. And also I hated monks. But yeah, Wrath is fucking amazing. Cataclysm was also really hype, you know? I just fucking love Kata. The Kata trailer was pretty sick.
We witnessed as Thrall found Anduin Wrynn, who has been wandering alone for the last few years, grappling and lost in his own thoughts and dealing with the experience that he's been through. as many of you may have remembered. Throughout this and our features trailer, we learned two very important developments.
Okay, very
starting
important.
with these visions.
Visions.
Girl spoke of a vision calling out from the heart of the world, like a voice from a dream. This radiant song will compel our heroes to investigate its origins, and while at the same time, a darkness has been gathering. Even as the heroes adventured on the Dragon Isles, and in the war within, the mysterious harbinger that Iridikron spoke of will reveal themselves. Xalatath has returned.
Again, not a priest. I don't fucking know. Who? I mean, I know it's the
Freed
dagger,
long
but...
ago from the black blade that once bound her, she is now the harbinger of a new era of the Void's dark machinations. And
Wait,
her
is she bad?
message is clear. The Black Empire has fallen. The old gods are dead.
Yeah, they sucked ass.
And their ancient blood runs deep within the cracks of the world. We, the heroes of Azeroth, destroyed them.
Yeah, let's go, heroes!
The forces of the Horde and the Alliance have proven time and again they are among the most powerful armies that have ever stood.
They're the only
The
two.
Harbinger has watched this.
Everything else is just random-ass tribes.
While the Black Empire failed, Xalatath now seeks to set in motion the rise of a new dark legacy. One that knows our true strength and will seek to test it against a new threat of terrible power, the Nerubians of Ashkahet. Xalatath has conscripted the Nerubian queen Ansarek, having offered her people a new future, one in which they will rise from their isolation as a mighty kingdom once again. And here in this sprawling city of Ashkahet, we will not find the undead soldiers of the Lich King that we faced before, but instead a new, mighty stronghold of the Nerubians as they once were, deadly survivors of the mythic wars that have played out time and again over thousands of years.
Why don't we get these guys as a race? That's what I'm asking. Why don't they give us these guys? Like, what? You get like two-legged Nerubians that are humanoid? That's fucking weird. Why aren't these the race? Why do we get Stone Dwarf? Stone Dwarf. Forearms too hard? You know what's also too hard? Cock and balls. Dude, they do not have an excuse anymore. They released Dragfear and you cannot equip anything on them. It doesn't matter anymore. These excuses don't matter. You can release this shit and you can either do your job and make it so armors fit them fine, or just fucking release them anyway. If they can only put on fucking gloves, that so be it. Like, dude, I still cannot believe they released Dragfear and you cannot put anything on them. I absolutely cannot believe that. It's actually shocking to me.
In return,
in that case, Nagas, the most old school, requirement from the community as a race, just add them. Nobody needs to see pants or fucking boots. Just add them. Add them. It's fine. Considering you cannot equip barely anything, why don't Dragfear have the option of being those bigger, bulkier Blackwing style types? Yeah, I guess that'll be a different skeleton. That's too much work. Dragfear already shared the skeleton of the DPS Demon Hunter demon form, so, it is what it is. People complained heavily they couldn't put armor on, which is probably why they won't do it again until they have a better system for modeling. When? I'm looking at the time. When, Blizzard? It's 20 years into WoW. When? Bro. Hello?
In for their loyalty, Xalatath has granted the Nerubians the means of a dark evolution, one that will turn the Nerubians into a new kind of ferocious and terrifying soldier that we will clash against time and again in the war within.
Okay.
Now let's talk about who we'll be adventuring with.
Oh my god. Nice.
Several of Azeroth's greatest heroes will rise to the call of the Radiant Song, and many will be faced with their own unique challenges. Anduin, having survived his ordeal with domination. Yes, look at the art.
It looks pretty cool. I don't mind his design. But... dude, it's so symbolic, right? Because, he's like the little lion, because, Sylvanas also calls him a lion, and, lions, and he had his long hair as mane. but now he has short hair, which means his mane is gone and he's not a Grand Line anymore because he is experiencing the war within. He has to reclaim his former glory, bro, and find himself, and then... bro, dude, that's so symbolic. Wow. It's like writing storytelling for a box of chocolates. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, incredible artwork. And when we will be grappling with his relationship to the holy light that he no longer feels worthy of, while Thrall is seeking a connection to these visions.
These guys are the same! Fucking Anduin became basically Thrall. Thrall got depressed and lost his touch with the elements. And now this guy is doing the same thing. Oh, I can't hear the light. Oh, I can't hear the elements. It's like the same storyline. They're just repeating it. And now they're both fucking depressed and useless, and now they're working together.
The Speaker of Azeroth will confront the heavy weight of that responsibility.
Who fucking invited this clown?
Champion! The wounds champion! Yeah!
It's a funny joke, but sometimes being self-conscious about things that were bad is not that crazy. I think a lot of the time Magni was joked about because he's fucking annoying and he's fucking boring as well. But, you know, it is what it is. I guess it's kind of silly in retrospect.
Yes! But that brings us to, I know you saw this in the features trailer, Alaria Windrunner.
Might as well make use of her. Another Windrunner, you shoot one down, you have another one.
Alaria's
Easy.
journey will be central to the events of the themes of the War Within, as she, a Void Hunter, will use all of her prowess to hunt down the Harbinger while being torn between her own nature and the maddening call of the Void to which she is attuned. Along the adventure, she will have a unique rivalry with Xal'atath, whose twists and turns...
Alaria and Xal'atath should make out, and they should animate it, and I want to watch.
Faces on our journey and meet a host of new
How about
and
that?
interesting characters along the way that Maria is going to tell you more about in just a moment. But finally, this saga is only just beginning.
Only just beginning.
Conceived to be...
Haha, sword!
Yes!
Sometimes the WoW community has like the most basic humor ever. I swear to God, like people unironically still find You Are Not Prepared the most funny shit in reality. It's absolutely crazy. Or like Zappy Boy, like it's just the most basic things in reality are the most funniest for a lot of the WoW community. Like, dude, image of the sword, bursts into laughter. It's pretty silly.
Conceived to be an epic worthy of the first 20 years of World of Warcraft, the World Soul
Oh, this
Saga
cringes
aims to
Genshin humor.
redefine the storytelling in our expansion set and strike boldly at the core themes that define Warcraft. The might of heroes, the responsibility of that power, the pursuit of justice. Gotta do my best Mets in there. Justice! And the importance of finding common ground as well as ourselves amidst adversity.
Yes, Shadowlands was supposed to be the culmination of the previous arc. Now it's the next arc, I guess.
In the War Within. Thank you so much.
What is he thanking me for? I'm just criticizing the game.
Hello, BlizzCon.
Hola.
Wow, I am so excited to be here and delighted to represent our team and tell you about the places that we will explore and the cultures we will encounter in the War Within. I can't really see all of you out there. I know there's a lot of you, though, because I can hear you. And I hope to hear lots of oohs and ahs when you see some of this cool art I've got to show you.
Okay, I like
So
cool
let's
art.
get started.
Okay, everyone shout when you see cool art.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay, well that's
yeah.
just the map.
Thank you.
That's just a map, it's not that crazy.
As Taryn mentioned earlier, we'll be called by
Todd
the radio
Howard
song,
jacket, oh shit.
Dreamlike visions that come from the heart of the Azeroth. This summons is going to lead us to the subcontinent of Khaz-Algar, a place long forgotten.
They're running out of space in the ocean to put shit in.
Recent explorations in Uldaman that we've discovered a Watcher report concerning a contingent of Earthen that was sent to this place long, long ago to investigate a fissure in the sector.
Of course.
What exactly that means, we don't really know. But
I
we
don't know if they
can
even know the writing
first,
team yet.
Let's talk about the earthen. Ooh, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
All right, we have
they're very
met
rough
tight
concepts.
quartz earthen before, of course, in Ulduar and other places. But this society of earthen has been isolated within Khazal-Gar for a really long time and have developed their own manners and customs. Now, visually, these earthen are a bit larger in stature, and they're noticeably blinged out. They've got gems all over them, bedazzled, blinged out, you know, that kind of thing, right? But philosophically, they are guided by the edicts of the Titans, a set of codified orders, duties, and expectations that provide instructions for the core functions of their society. You know, Titans, order, all that, right?
Okay.
But the Titans have been absent for eons, and the Earthen are no longer united in their adherence to these edicts. They now exist as three groups that are estranged from each other. The Oathsworn, as their name suggests, still uphold the edicts faithfully
Chat.
and believe everyone else is doing
I'm getting
it
the
wrong.
urge. I'm
Their
getting the
charge
urge
is
to increase
guarding
the speed
coreway,
of the
a
video.
Titan passageway that leads right to the core of Azeroth. They're primarily the city dwellers. They live conveniently
No,
near
no,
the
no.
object of their responsibility.
We have to persevere.
that coreway. Now, the Unbound
cool art, I
in
haven't
contrast,
seen
have
it yet.
abandoned the edicts, and they are considered scandalously rebellious.
Who
by the
cares
Oathsworn.
about Earth Dwarfs?
Their original responsibility was providing the materials to keep the Titan installations supplied. And they're primarily rural. They're living in and around the quarries and the mines where natural resources can be acquired. They rarely interact with the city dwellers. They feel neglected and ignored because they have a different opinion on how they should live. Now, the machine speakers have strayed from the edicts in practice, but not.
I already lost track. My brain is blanking out. Like, I literally... I just don't care. I'm sorry, like... I cannot focus. I'm already tired, but it just doesn't...
Not with respect to their overall obligation to keep the Titan works functioning. They've had extremely limited contact with the surface dwellers, and they express no little disdain for
Oh,
those
that's better. I can
needs.
understand that.
Their homes are built around vast industrial projects under the surface.
It's
They allow them
lagging.
to perform their functions in accordance with edicts, more or less.
I think my browser
These
can't keep
different
up. It's still
perspectives
lagging
on
from me
Earthen
streaming.
And their variable adherence to the Titan's edicts has
check.
weakened the society as originally structured. And that's not good, of course. But a much more serious problem is their steadily dwindling numbers. For
Oh, no.
reasons that
Okay,
I'm not
anyway.
going to get into here and now, New Earthen can't exist until we help them out by doing some things.
They need to show
And
more
unite
hot
the Earthen
elves.
society
Finally,
once
some good WoW opinions in chat. There we go.
Happily, as a result of our actions, the Earthen will eventually be unlocked as an allied race. Yeah. that's
Whatever,
sweet,
it's
don't
just
they?
dwarves, you know.
Yeah. These
Dark Iron are cooler. I'm sorry. Like, who cares? Like, Dark Iron are infinitely cooler dwarves. Why did they add a third dwarf that is not even cooler than Dark Iron? Dark Iron have flaming beards, okay? And they just look cool. The fuck do I care about a rock dwarf with amethyst growing out of it? They just have regular hair too.
These player Earthen will replenish the culture's dwindling numbers and may join either the Horde or the Alliance. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, of course, player's choice which side you wish to ally with.
Oh, okay.
But
I
as
thought
you can
it's
see from the
randomly
small sampling of
forced you into.
combinations, there's some fantastic variations and customizations coming for the Earth.
Oh, it could if it could have been crystal hair and
different
beard.
crustaceans.
Oh, that's already such a good idea. Imagine if they had crystal hair and beard. That would be insane. I mean, obviously it doesn't make that much sense, but I mean, it's a fantasy game. Dude, that would have been sick. See, exactly. Already a better idea. Like, what the hell? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I would like that. I would actually like that.
Beards for all body types, rocky skin patterns, tones, and more. Now that golden mohawk with the braids and the fringe beard, that's quite the look. But I really like the beardless guy with the bushy blonde
I just want
eyebrows.
snake
He
people,
looks so
bro.
cool. He's just kind of
Bro,
like, yep, what do you want me
that's
to do?
unreasonable. They
So,
can't put
anyway,
helmets on
all right,
them.
moving on.
Sorry.
Another cool culture that players will encounter in the War Within is the Arathi.
Can't see in
Yeah.
large. I don't care about you.
Yeah,
I need
you
to
probably
look at
have
the screen.
questions, right?
I don't want to
So
look at
these
you.
are
I need.
descendants of the original
Yeah.
Arthurian
Okay.
Empire.
Okay. So I'm not crazy about asymmetry on some of these shoulder pads, but the helmet is pretty cool. But this is concept art. I'm sure this helmet will look stupider in game. I think there's already similar helmets, but if not, fair. You know, this looks fine. I really hate these shoes. I can already tell which boots these are. They really like these new boots that just have the extra pad on your toes, and it just looks like you have like weird salami feet. I don't like those that much, but other than that, set is not bad. I like the helmet here. It has a nice little satchel here and some stuff and some vials. This is kind of nice. I don't mind it. The pants look kind of bad. This is okay. Is this supposed to be Azurite or something? I don't like this. This looks like BFA leveling set that you'll get in dungeons. I don't like it. They're okay. Plate is always the best. But...
And they've arrived relatively recently and through some somewhat mysterious circumstances.
Have
And
you
they
looked
find
at New
themselves
Gears?
trapped
No.
here within Kaz-Algar. Mysterious mostly because I can't say anything more about it just yet because of spoilers, but it's not like spooky mysterious, it's the other kind. As a people, the Arathi are worshippers and wielders of holy fire. They are dedicated to bringing hope and light to the darkness. They're tough, resilient people, with every member of the society being an able combatant. Some few are further blessed with paladin-like abilities through their devotion to the light.
Paladin-like?
Even their airships are powered by sacred flame. The extent to which they're comfortable in battle is probably a good thing, because they have established a home away from home in an enormous cavern bordered by an endless underground sea, from which terrifying creatures emerge to rampage and create havoc. Now, my idea of a cool place to hang out, but they're really, really tough. These watery monstrosities, though, are nothing compared to the threat from below. A constant swarm of Nerubians has been held back, so far, from invading the Arathi lands. The assault is unrelenting, the threat is dire, and the Arathi can't hold much longer. These bastions of light against the darkness are far from home and limited in number. Sure would be terrible if there was also division within the Arathi ranks. Just saying. That would be pretty rough.
Yeah,
with them being so outnumbered.
True.
Could probably help them. All right, speaking of the Nerubians in the War Within, we'll explore their last kingdom deep within Kaz-Algar.
These look infinitely more interesting than these stupid ass, dumb fucking fat ass dwarves. Like, literally release this. Am I like, did these guys not really sit down at a table and be like, yo guys, why don't we just release these guys as a race? Oh no, let's just add stone dwarves.
Algar. These ancient survivors of the Black Empire who rejected their former masters have developed their own culture here in the deep darkness.
Think how much work it would take. Yeah, they'd have to probably hire 2 people to work on them for like, I don't know, a month or something.
Who seeks a new future and renewed glory for her people.
Or less.
The Nerubians are extremely capable and devious adversaries who have been honing their skills with their constant assault on the Arathi.
They would need 4 weapons.
Domination hasn't come fast enough for the Queen's taste, as the Arathi has managed
Gotta
to
fill up
hold
every
against this
arm.
onslaught. So this deal with the Harbinger has included some assistance for her troops. Through some dark alchemical process, Xalatath has provided the knowledge required to evolve chosen Nerubians into paragons of their race, enhancing their viciousness. And Queen Azurek has embraced these modifications with enthusiasm and eagerly offered her army to achieve the Harbinger's schemes. It appears to be a win-win situation. But not all Nerubians share their sovereign's enthusiasm for change and her embrace of Xalatath. Shadowy figures with far too many limbs maneuver.
Wow. Nerubians and the question of how have they not gone extinct yet. Literally fucking morons, all of them. It's the same storyline as the Lich King. It's just this time it's a hot void elf. It's like, it's the same fucking principle. Hey guys, I can transform you into something cooler if you join my side. And they're like, oh shit, really? Let's go. And that's it, I guess.
Against the Harbinger's plans in opposition to the Queen's desire.
Oh, I guess
As you might
the
expect,
Nerubians and Rav didn't join
Nerubian
exactly
kingdom introduces
willingly.
us to a variety of citizens, including some forms we've never encountered before. Here's a layout of some of the Nerubian models that are completed and also some that are in progress.
What?
as well as scale reference
Oh.
for goblins and humans, so you just get a sense of size.
What the fuck? This goblin is huge! What is this scale reference? Are goblins literally almost as big as humans? Bro, guys, here's a scale reference. Dude, this goblin is massive. What the fuck is he eating?
In addition to the Nerubian citizens, there are also domesticated insects who serve the kingdom as beasts of burden and pets. The team is hard at work building out the full range of carapaces, carapae, I don't know, whichever, skittering legs, grabby arms,
I love carapae.
piercing spiky bits, and creepy eyes for you to enjoy, I guess. All right, let's talk about our zones. The surface of Khazalgar
Okay, I'm a big zone guy. I want to see it. Okay.
is our first zone.
Lock
the
Modan
Isle of
2.
Dorne. This is the home of the earthen surface dwellers, as well as other native species of creatures. The fertile soil, flowering plant life, and generous waterways provide nourishment for animals in this untouched paradise.
Bless you.
An important facet of earthen society is cinderbrew mead. This volatile substance is manufactured from molten honey produced by enormous fiery bees. Their home groves are a remarkable
Wow, their
sight,
culture
as
is
the
so
hearts of the
different.
trees themselves glow with lava-like fluid. Harvesting is always an exciting time, as the ferocious creatures are understandably protective of their hives. Now, the roosts at Storm Watch are wreathed with lightning and fierce winds. These wild elemental rooks may choose to serve a member of the Oathsworn, who, if so blessed, becomes a Storm Rider, one of the guardian warriors of the earthen people. The Unbound deal with hostile creatures from time to time, but for the most part, the existence is fairly relatively peaceful, fairly sort of peaceful. Their comfortable homes are often situated near the places where they once labored as adherents
Looks
to
like
the
Markarth
edicts.
or some shit.
Those sites are now in disrepair, and in some cases, the lair of other creatures. Of course, the Isle of Dorne boasts a great walled city where the Oathsworn live and serve the edicts of the Titans. The city of Dornegal is the location of many important civic buildings, markets, traders, and crafters. And it's here that a traveler will find the expected amenities of a capital city, as well as the Titan Causeway, the defense of which is the Oathsworn's primary
I want to
job.
see the zones, but god, I'm getting fucking
Now,
bored.
beneath the surface of the Isle of Dorne lies our second zone, the Ringing Deeps. As the
Okay,
name
it's a mine
suggests, it
zone.
is here that the Earthen are engaged in their work in accordance with the edicts. In these industrial areas of this cavernous space are huge, complicated machines, lava-heated foundries and forges, and waterworks, both
Okay.
to cool and to power huge machinery. Maintaining these Titan mechanisms and keeping everything running is both the responsibility and the passion of the machine speakers. The Earth has shifted too in places,
Not a
revealing
bad
openings to the
concept.
sky above to the Isle of Dorne. These cenotes bring light and water into areas once shrouded in darkness. Abundant greenery, flowers, and creatures that do not typically dwell in caverns may be found in these idyllic spots. It was really important to us as developers that we delivered the fantasy of the hard-working industry.
Yeah, female
but still have
kobolds,
some
sure.
break-up areas of natural beauty that don't feel like dark, constrained tunnels. Now, as the machine speaker population has dropped, they've had increasing difficulties with kobold incursions of their own. Unexpectedly, the kobold
Next.
a candle king.
My
Knew
browser
it had to be a candle.
my browser doesn't like me
No take
skipping.
candle. No take candle.
Haha, no take
With
candle.
the passage
lol.
of time, the Earthen have diminished both in number
Yeah,
and
they're
in the
huge.
knowledge required to perform the various routines to tune and repair the processes. The old ways have been forgotten, and new creative methods must
Skipper, look at
be
this.
obeyed.
Just you wait, look at this. What do you think about this?
We Earth, bordered by an endless underground sea. This tenuous foothold under the bright light of an enormous crystal has allowed
That's
the
kinda cool.
Arathi to survive,
I like that.
using their airships to travel to high plateaus and establish docks, light towers, villages, and even a priory. From their capital of Merildar, these trapped people strive to keep hope alive and spread the light, while engaged in a near constant battle with the Nerubians at their borders. The
Okay.
open spaces, the bright light, and the greenery are intended to feel as though we're on the surface.
Yeah, I'm liking this zone a lot more
Somehow,
than the
rather
previous
in
two.
this sort of strange hollow within Azeroth. The crystal provides brilliant light, warmth,
That's cool,
and
the
growth for
blimp.
vegetation. You may notice that all the blooming plants have opened their blossoms toward the light and seem to be reaching in that direction whenever they're in Holofall.
What does it taste
Unfortunately,
like?
The crystal sun has been changing in recent years. Where once the light was steady and reliable,
Oh
it now
no,
fades
this
without
is
warning,
just like
plunging
fucking
the Arathi into darkness, save where they have built light towers
Endwalker
and
or
maintain their
something.
holy flame beacons.
Or before
In the
that.
absence of this light, the
Shadowbringer.
dangerous Kobis and
That one.
other fierce creatures emerge from the sea to rampage. As the Arathi are barely holding back the Nerubians, these unpredictable episodes are incredibly demoralizing and deadly. Happily, the light has always returned to the crystal.
I like the zone. The first one is kind of boring. I mean, it's like, in my opinion, nowadays they've just kind of like been meshing a lot of concepts they've already had into like one zone that barely looks new. Like at this point, doesn't matter as long as it's fine, because it's like 10 expansions in. The first zone is just a Loch Modan but with new graphics, and it just has some Stormheim-esque shit put down every now and then. The second zone is an okay concept, just like a underground mine, but it didn't look like there's that much to it. Like they just presented this one small area. The third zone is pretty okay. I don't mind it. It's kind of cool, kind of high fantasy, big underground area, giant ass crystal shining on everything. That looks fine, and the buildings look cool, the human architecture and stuff. Not bad.
So far. And at the deepest descent in the War Within, we reach the zone of Aj-Kahet. That almost rhymes. Anyway, the Nerubian city of Threads has been built on the ruins of itself, over and over and over again. As areas decay and crumble, a new district is built upon its ruins, and as a result, the city climbs ever higher. Those Nerubians favored by the queen, or possessing enormous wealth, or both, command the greatest views and live in the highest places over these swarming masses of the many districts. The Burrows is the home of the
They got the
scavengers,
prime
the
plots
forgotten, deep in
in
the
the
decay
neighborhood.
and the filth. The Umbral Bazaar is a trading hub of fine silks, fascinating alchemical discoveries, and other exotic and hard-to-find goods.
So much
The
underground shit
Skanes
this
are the home of
expansion.
the lore keepers and scholars who toil to maintain the history of their people and research myths and legends of Azeroth. There are many other districts and less than savory neighborhoods, both well-known and secret, that the careful adventurer could discover, should they risk life and limb to do so. But the key to such exploration is fitting in among the Nerubians and being accepted, an enterprise best accomplished through skill in the use of pheromones and considerable bravery. The zone of Aj-Kahet features areas of spectacular
dragonflight
dark
zone.
beauty that are inhabited by these creatures that have found a way to live among the Nerubians without being deemed a threat, found to be particularly tasty to consume, or just too much fun to torment.
Okay.
The mobilization of forces to assault the Arathi while also providing military might to achieve Xalatath's schemes has stirred up
I get
all
it.
sorts of inhabitants gathering an odd substance, the black blood of the old gods, for some unknown purpose. But I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, because it's...
And now I'd like to talk a
Nobody
little bit
cares.
about our zone flow. As I mentioned, awesome, huh?
What's the awesome? Using the new flying?
We
Sure,
travel from the
I
Isle
guess.
of Dorn into the Ringing Deeps, into Holofall, and then into Aj-Kahet. In the War Within, all of our zones are connected all together using the airlock technology that we developed for Zarelek Cavern, allowing for this seamless descent from the Isle of Dorn. all
Right,
the
it's
way
like
to
the new
Aj-Kahet.
Dragonflight zone.
That was video I just captured last week of the transition between the Ringing Deeps and Holofall. As you can see, we built for dynamic flight, and we were able to flow directly between the zones without the load screen. There is some seriously amazing swoopy goodness to be had moving across these zones and through these spaces. It feels so cool to burst out of a really tight area and into just a huge drop like that. It's so exhilarating.
Fair enough.
Now, this blobby map that I've got up here was an early attempt during development of our zone flow to try to figure out how we would stack these zones together and achieve the relationship between their geography and geometry that made sense and felt great
Geography
to
class at
traverse.
BlizzCon,
We ended
Pog.
up with something slightly different than this, but this is pretty representative to explain what the world builders were thinking about when they planned these spaces out. It was really important to our design that while 3 of the 4 zones are technically underground, they didn't feel that way, and that they were distinctly different from one another. We pursued that goal by introducing the natural cenotes in the ringing deeps and leaning into the fantasy of the classic underground foundry and industrial workspace.
Cool. Next guy. I think that's
Today,
everything.
I'm here to talk to you about some of the upcoming content, features, and systems.
Okay,
in War Within.
systems.
I'm sure I'll also make some funny faces that I'll regret later in thumbnails, but whatever. First up, let's talk
Whatever,
about
bro.
dungeons. There will be 8. Oh. There will be 8 new dungeons coming.
Oh my
to
god,
War
someone
Within
was excited?
during
Could you be
Summer,
excited again?
each of the 4 zones that Maria just walked us through, as well as 4 at max level. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening in these dungeons. For instance, we have like a kobold dungeon where you meet that Candle King, where there's like a light mechanic that takes place. You have to kind of keep it going to light your way. There's a dragon riding dungeon, of course, but also one of my favorites is the Cinderbrew Meadery that Maria just talked us through. So this is a dungeon that takes place on our first zone, the Isle of Dorn, which is where you'll experience, all of our earthen buddies, and this is the place where they make that Cinderbrew mead that she was talking about. They take in all that honey that they gather from throughout the zone to make the mead, to do all kinds of
that's a
fun and
Pandaria
or
dungeon.
nefarious things with. Although I do have to say, I feel like they're a little bit behind the times. I feel like all the kids are drinking that, hard seltzer or something these days, but whatever. They're old school, I get it.
Good one.
Next up, our raid, the Nerubar Palace. So this is an 8-boss raid that will take place in the zone of Aj-Kahet. And this is really the culmination of all of those machinations we keep hearing about that we see play out between the Nerubian Empire, their queen, and her collaboration with Xalatath.
Okay.
So for this next one, we don't normally show things this early, but I thought it'd be cool to share. On the left there, you can kind of see the top-down view of the raid, and on the right, it's more of like a side cutout. So we like to work on all of our dungeons and raids when they still look like this, as it's much easier to iterate while we're in 2D than it is to kind of change the zones around once we're in the game and it's all blocked out. So to step us through the raid really quickly, after barging through the front door, you'll very quickly fall and or get knocked into the player experience. It'll actually be quite a bit more linear than I think it's
probably actually never going to do this, therefore there's no point in me looking at it.
Raids. And with this space, we really thought...
System. Okay, now.
So
it's the big game changer, for sure.
Systems at a really high level, but first I want to talk about some of the philosophies that are really guiding us to add these into the War Within.
Is it money?
So first and foremost, we really want to continue to extend the philosophies of Dragonflight into the War Within. And really, when we talk about that, there's 3 main pillars that I want to touch on.
Touching
First,
3 pillars,
we really want to make sure that we're focusing on evergreen features. We want to make sure that we're making World of Warcraft better forever.
Again, I feel like that's one of the things that they really like saying nowadays, but do they even know what evergreen is? Because there anything evergreen remained from Shadowlands? Anything. WoW is like the least evergreen game ever. It contradicts itself every expansion release. Every time there's an expansion, the previous expansion's content becomes obsolete. The only evergreen things that I can think of in the recent expansions are probably Dragonflight's trading post. That's it. I don't think there's anything else that's evergreen. You mean patch? We'll get to that. It's something marketing told them. Say, yeah, I get it, but... Dude, like, WoW is... There's nothing evergreen about WoW. Even Final Fantasy does it a lot better. Like, you actually have a purpose to interact with older content. In WoW, like... It's not like you can raid Icecrown Citadel anymore, in general. It's like, what the fuck? And Dragonflight's dragonflying. Yeah, dragonflying, I guess. That's just a... Yeah, dragonflying trading post. So dragonflying, I mean, it's like a... Yeah, fine, fair enough.
And not focusing on things that we know we're going to have to leave behind as we move into future expansions.
New talent trees. I mean, you know, talent trees.
Next, we want to make sure that there's something for everyone.
It's a thing
whether
since
you're a hardcore raider,
forever.
a PvPer, a collector, or apparently like Holly, you just love to play tons of alts and run around the world exploring things. We want to make sure that there's something in War Within that you can really geek out over and that resonates with you. And finally, we want to make sure that we're continuing to build on our philosophy and build on our systems and content with people who play multiple characters in mind. We want to make sure... Woo!
Whoa! No way! Outfriendedness in 2023 in a video game? Oh, I mean, Final Fantasy can't fucking get the grasp of it, so good job, I guess. I mean,
behind the keyboard and not focusing so much on the accomplishments of that individual character.
Okay.
So let's talk about
Outfriendedness is always good.
Delves are a new feature that will be integrated into the outdoor world experience, where the fantasy of these is actually that you'll be joining the Dragon Scale expedition in their search for lost treasures all across Kazalgar. So Delves are an evergreen feature that is really integrated
just like
into the outdoor
Torghast.
world experience. We want Delves to be a new pillar of endgame content
Into the
for those
outdoor
world
experience.
explorers.
Interesting.
We really view this as something like when we added World Quests back in Legion, where they are going to be really integrated and transformative into that outdoor world, especially that endgame.
Yeah, but World Quests remained evergreen because you kept putting them in the game. Did anyone fucking care about World Quests that much? I always thought World Quests are a good thing, but they just never did them well. World Quests felt so fucking boring ever since Legion.
So one of the main reasons I'm stoked about Delves is that these will provide an opportunity for us to, give seasonal content and rewards to those outdoor world explorers. So that means things like, rewards that you're used to, like mounts, achievements, titles, but we'll also be adding a outdoor row to the Great Vault with War Within.
I'm not crazy about the Great Vault thing. I've never really cared that much about it.
Will be able to share
this is fine as long as they can actually keep it up. That's assuming they just won't forget about it coming next expansion or something.
Joy of rushing to the Great Vault every week to collect your loot. And there will also be 13 unique delves that we'll be launching War Within with. And delves will scale from 1 to 5 players and be role agnostic. So that means if you want to play a delve solo, that's totally cool. If you want to go with you and your partner, that works as well. Or you can bring your whole dungeon group in, and the delve will scale based on your group size and your roles.
Okay. In my experience, I'm not crazy about any of these things, of course, but in my experience from the last few expansions, if anything sounds good, assume it probably won't turn out as you expect it to be when it comes up.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of my favorite features of Delves, which I think Maria alluded to earlier, which is that there will be an NPC companion joining you on all of your adventures. So for Season 1, that'll be Bran Bronzebeard, as you can see.
Okay, I mean... whatever.
And Bran will be tagging along with you on all of your delve adventures and will totally never, not even once, aggro a pack of monsters that you didn't want him to. And I don't have my fingers crossed behind my back right now.
Yeah, that's a fun thing.
Bran will have a custom...
What?
Bran will have a customizable talents and mechanics and abilities.
Bro, if Bran has customizable talents, you also should be able to customize his clothing. And,
extra healing.
put on a nice dress, some nice glasses, something.
And finally, you wouldn't be exploring with the Dragon Scale expedition if at the end of every delve there wasn't this massive treasure trove that we need Bran to open for us, which hopefully brought a couple of keys to open some of the chests in there. But before Bran can open that vault for you, you'll need to maybe defeat a boss, maybe you'll solve a couple puzzles, something like that, and then Bran will be able to open that vault door.
Wow, puzzles. Surely not cracked, and there being 15 guides on them in the first week online.
Next up, let's talk about warbands. Ah, it's happening!
Haha, lol, warbands. Let's go, guys.
So warbands are a system that we're introducing that will really be the representation of all of your characters across your Battle.net account. Warbands are an opportunity for us to create a platform where you can share your achievements, resources, and all that other good stuff across all of those characters. So the goal of this system is really to be that representation of the philosophy shift that I mentioned earlier about really respecting the time of the player behind the keyboards and not those individual characters.
Okay.
There's actually a ton of additions and modifications. We've talked about a few here. There's no like singular UI screen that says warbands. It's more of like all these modifications and updates and features are like kind of wearing a big coat that says warbands on the back of it. It's how I kind of keep it straight in my head.
Okay.
But just to talk about a couple of those cool features, we'll actually be revisiting the transmog rules of how you acquire those appearances in The War Within. So
Good.
for all of you who have...
Finally.
So that means all of you
I mean, I don't know.
probably had to run 4 characters through all of those legacy instances just to make sure you're collecting all the appearances. That won't be the case anymore in War Within. You'll just be able to run it with one character.
Oh, thanks, I guess, finally. I mean, I don't know why that wasn't a thing
Holly mentioned this
forever.
already, but this is obviously one that people are looking forward to. All of our reputations as well as renown in The War Within will be shared across your entire account.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Last but not least, let's talk about hero talents.
Wow.
So here's a quick mock-up of what the UI will look like.
Okay, so you get some extra talents for your spec.
Current talent trees. But really quick, let's take a look at how this will work. So there will be 3 new hero talent trees per class, and 2 will be...
I feel like I'm at a lecture at uni. Sometimes they're losing me and my brain goes numb. I can't. I need to focus.
Evergreen feature. This is a system that we think is going to provide a new vector of choice and customization for you and all of your classes, as well as create opportunities for us to really dig into some of those core class fantasies that are, so amazing.
Okay.
So Hero Talents will introduce these new, small, self-contained talent trees like you just saw in the UI.
Okay.
And the way I like to think about it is like, currently we have 2 types of talent points, right? We have class talent points and specialization talent points.
Yes.
And now in the War Within, there'll be a 3rd type called Hero Talent Points.
Okay.
So let's look at a quick example,
And
which
what does it add?
explains it a little bit more.
Okay.
This is a warrior, as you can see. These are the 3 hero talent trees that they'll have available: Mountain Thane, Colossus, and Slayer. And as you can see in the top left, we have Protection, who will be able to choose between Mountain Thane and Colossus.
Okay.
Up on the right, you see Fury. Yep, that's right. Mountain Thane and Slayer
Fair
are
enough.
their options. And down at the bottom, Colossus and Slayer are their options. So this is how the majority of our classes are going to look in The War Within. The exception, of course, being Druids and Demon Hunters, who are a bit special, so theirs will look a little different. So let's take a look at how you'll unlock the system, as well as how it'll feel playing through as you're leveling through The War Within.
Who cares?
So the system will automatically unlock at level 71, and it'll just kind of...
They're doing everything but making the game enjoyable to play. And ironically, without thinking how serious this comment is, that's how I felt about WoW. Especially with something like Dragonflight. When I tried Dragonflight, obviously, like, I don't really care about WoW right nowadays that much, because they killed my drive for it. But I'd still, like, want to give credit where it's due. And when I tried Dragonflight, it's the principle that I've had for a while. It's like, there's not glaring issues. They've done some stuff to improve the standing of the game, but the core game is just not fun anymore either. It's not that thrilling of an experience. It's an okay game, especially if you're a newer player, but it's nothing crazy. And we call it mid. Yeah, it's just mid.
Level as you level
Definitely mid in my eyes.
And there are 10 talent points in total, with several choice nodes.
True talents are artifact weapon traits without the AP.
Similar to, like,
oh, okay, I
as
see.
you were leveling and progressing, you were making some choices along the way, but ultimately you're going to unlock the whole tree. And also, I want to be very clear here. These are extremely low friction to swap between those choice nodes, as well as to swap between the different hero talent trees.
Okay, well. I'm just like that woman.
This should be very analogous to your current talent trees, and will follow all the same rules that you used to there. So, the start of a raid boss, before a Mythic Plus starts, before an arena match kicks off, and anywhere in between. And to wrap us up, I wanted to show off a really quick video of what hero talents look like in action.
Okay, in action.
So this is a warrior, as you can see, pop an avatar, jumping in.
Wow.
And this next one is that same warrior with the mountain theme talent tree. As you can see, Stormbolt hits multiple targets. There's a couple of cool new VFX and a lot of other cool stuff going on there as well. I heard some oohs.
Oh my god, the crowd got excited for my game? Oh my god.
So that about wraps us up
Okay.
for our What's Next panel.
Nerdy guy, but fair enough. I made this person at BlizzCon. He punched my mom for no reason. Jesus Christ, he's a savage. Maybe he's not that nerdy after all.
Saw here, and if you'd like to know more, please join us tomorrow at the Deep Dive panel at noon, where Ian will walk you through some of what you saw today in more detail. Woo, Ian! As well as a bunch of other cool new stuff in the War Within. So thank you all so much.
He probably punched your mom because she didn't woo during his presentation. That's a big offense. Unrelated comment, you look like the football player Harry Kane. I don't know why people like to compare people. Let's see. Quick Google. Nothing similar. I don't know how people see specific similarities. Okay, moving on. Fair enough. Thank you, though. Last one. Let's go. 40 minutes. I need to go through all of it.
Classic. What's next?
What's next?
Hola, BlizzCon! Hi!
Okay.
My name is Ana Resendes, and I am one of the two
Yo,
lead software
Chusan.
engineers on the World of Warcraft Classic team. Today, yeah. Today,
Yeah.
I will be joined by 3 other of my members of the Classic team. Josh Greenfield, our senior producer.
That's the whole staff
Mira
of Classic.
Valera,
Wow,
my
that's it.
fellow lead software engineer.
5 people left working on it. Impressive.
And Tim Jones, our team's lead designer. It is an honor for us to represent the Classic team and talk to you about so many of the things we're working on WoW Classic. So today, let's talk about the Classic journey so far, plus Cataclysm Classic, Hardcore, and a newer season, Season of Discovery. Yeah.
The guy, yeah, going crazy. He doesn't even know what the fuck is happening.
WoW Classic was announced.
The 5th one is on the stage.
Ago. And ever since that day, the team worked really hard to bring those precious memories of WoW.
Unless she was already on the screen.
The Classic journey officially started when you joined us in 2019 back in Azeroth, creating a new character.
Good times, actually. Unironically, probably the absolute best gaming experience I've had in the last decade. I'm not gonna lie. Playing Classic when it first launched was probably the most fun I've had ever. Like, it was there, bro. You know, like, the future and the state of WoW was looking grim around BFA. Stuff were looking kind of sad. Then Classic comes out. Unexpected, you know, they had the, oh, you think you do, but you don't type mentality. Comes out, and it's exactly what you want it to be. It's the old version of WoW in its prime. Feels good. Classes feel unique again. The world feels more immersive. Everyone is playing everywhere. You're making memories. I fucking loved it. It was the best experience I've ever had. With time, obviously, that started slowly degrading. But, you know, and now we're here. But, yeah, holy shit, that was by far the best one.
Good wand and being careful of how many mobs you pull at a time. We went through the journey of getting your first mount and feeling like you were riding the most powerful machine, making all those level 10s jealous of your speed. Eventually, we hit 60 levels, and
I killed Ragnaros.
Some of the most iconic challenges,
yeah,
including
fucked up that guy
himself, Lord Ragnaros. We ran the Gong of Anchorage and saw new Scarlords walking among us.
Among Us?
We completed our journey at level 60 by adventuring into Naxxramas with 39 other of our friends. In 2021, the Dark Portal opened, and us
What are they gonna say about TBC? Tell me right now.
Heroes stepped forward into a new world to face the Burning Legion. In Outland, we learn to fly and see the world from a different perspective.
And
after killing many Talbot, we contested Illidan, and turns out, you know, maybe we were prepared after all. Later on, we explored the coldest continent of Azeroth. We arrived to Norway,
there it is.
via
there it is.
Zeppelin, and we started hearing
I'm telling
about the
you.
presence of the Lich King. We became masters of vehicles.
And nothing. They don't say, oh, and then we scrapped TBC servers because fuck the remaining players that actually gave a shit about it. We don't give a fuck about you. You're too low. Like, what the hell?
If you're like me, indeed press that red button. Yeah. Oops.
Oops. The red button.
Want to prepare ourselves for the ultimate combat and defeat the Lich King on top of Ice Crown Citadel. You know, as you heard earlier from our executive producer Holly.
Why are these presentations so scuffed? Like, it's just like still images that just lag out and that's it.
We'll continue into Cataclysm Classic in 2024. The Classic journey started with you.
Are you gonna play Kata?
As a love letter to the WoW community.
Again, if I had a guarantee that they're not gonna remove it,
you responded to us.
It's possible, but...
And as we move onward, we look to bring new Classic experiences to life. Kata and beyond. We're driven by smart changes as informed by you. So this is Kata for you. You know, but before we talk about all the changes that we're bringing to Cataclysm Classic, let's talk about some of the features that will be returning as your journey to the new level cap to 85. So, Goblins will be joining the Horde.
Why are they presenting? We already know who joins the Horde in the Alliance.
Let's go! Cataclysm also unlocks a bigger combination of classes and races.
We know these things, you know.
Cataclysm. Start getting those ideas ready for your next transmog contest. For the explorers, there's also where archaeology makes its debut. And for our PvP fans, rated backgrounds are coming back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they are. I guess, yeah.
The world will be changed after Sharding of Deathwing. No giant.
Why are they giving me a Cataclysm presentation? I already know what happened. It's like, oh my god, you explore Gilneas and you ally with the Workins, and oh my god, careful. Like, dude, we get it. I get it. I understand.
Comes with 5 new zones.
I wonder what'll happen. Yeah, what'll happen, bro? Okay.
Speaking of those raids,
what are you?
Cataclysm had a hugely varied opening tiers of raiding, including Bastion of Twilight, where after defeating our two-headed mage Cho'Gath.
Nobody cares. They say that they're doing changes. What are you doing? I don't give a fuck about Cataclysm. I know what the fuck it is.
Or as you might know it as Heroic Plus. As that in our final patch of Grad. And now transmogs will live in it too, and they're gonna be account-wide.
Oh, okay. They're adding this, and they're doing this. So this is good. I remember you had to keep your fucking armors in your inventory in your bank so you can transmog to them. This is good. This is good. What is this? Add member view log. It's like the raid thing. What the fuck is that? I don't even remember.
So get all those outs together and get all that gear. You know,
the transmog thing is really good.
To revisit the cadence at which we release content and patches. I think we all know when a patch has overstayed its welcome, which is why we're excited to announce that Kata Classic will be experienced at a faster rate, faster than the original. And with that, we're also making changes to the leveling speed for new characters to get to level 80.
We're really private servers now, boys. What, are they making it 10x? 10x XP gain? Is this private server?
But these are just some of the changes that are coming to Cataclysm Classic. We also have other topics of discussion in the team. But as we said, WoW Classic started as a love letter to the community. And we continue
it's better that way. I'm not saying anything, whether it's better or not.
Provide great feedback. So, if you're here at BlizzCon,
but why not just play a private server? Oops, you didn't hear that from me. It's legal.
There's a mailbox where you can submit any questions you have. And for those of you at home, talking to you.
Talking to you, chat.
There's gonna be open threads in all the WoW
Why does everyone feel so
look
forced to
forward
crack
to
jokes?
talk
It's
about
like the
all
marketing
this
team is like,
Thank
say
you
a joke
for
or I'm gonna
taking
fucking shoot your family.
as
Like,
we
oh.
venture forth into our
I get it, it's fine.
mysterious future. Speaking of the amazing contributions from the community, let's talk about hardcore. Yeah, hardcore.
Yeah, hardcore.
Yeah.
The hardcores. The guys that die.
I have a question for people here.
Okay, ask right now.
Who here has made it to level 16 hardcore?
Not me. It's boring. I'm playing something else. I'm watching Dr. House off stream, honestly. I'm not paying $15 a month for that. There's absolutely no way. I usually, when I play WoW, I don't pay that much attention to the game because I like to watch 10 different videos on my other monitor and read my Discord on the other one. I have 2 monitors, so yeah, I'm not really paying attention to WoW, so I end up walking off cliffs and dying. And that's like the opposite of what I need. But, you know, yeah, that's my answer. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very
They're trying to imitate Marvel? How come?
That's really, really impressive. But, okay, who here has died before level 16 hardcore?
Who's died? Come on, guys. Raise your hands.
Me too. You and I, my friends, that has happened.
Yeah, relatable. Hashtag relatable.
You're not alone. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone. There's other people playing the game, by the way.
All these characters, including those unfortunate hunters. So.
I'm actually surprised. Well, probably there's so many Hunter devs because everyone wants to play Hunter, and it's like probably the most played class by far.
Here are updated stats from end of last month. And for our next information of data here, I do not have that.
Why is she talking like a kindergarten teacher? Well, she's not native English speaker, so I'm not really blaming her for that.
In hardcore.
She has to still speak clearly.
Who else was looting that final mob and forgot to take a look at their breath meter?
Lamau, he drowned!
Maybe you were too busy typing in the chat.
Lamau, right? That's exactly what happens, Spog. What is this presentation? Lava. It's like some fucking PowerPoint presentation in fucking preschool. I don't know if David has this.
Or you misjudged the distance.
Lamau, this is like machinima material. Esther, that is falling. There we go, that's already a machinima. It's done, wow.
These are some dumb ways to die, you know, but on the opposite side, there are so much more heroic ways to die. And we have been super excited.
Yeah, like that gnome from our hardcore challenge. Remember that shit?
Duel to the dead. Mokura. Yeah. We're
very I didn't watch that.
Events and all the players that have been brave enough to participate in them. It takes a lot. But you know, as Holly mentioned earlier today, we have a new optional rule set coming to hardcore. So we are excited to officially announce that Self-Found will be coming to hardcore in early 2024. Yeah.
What does Self-Found mean?
Players that opt into this mode won't be able to trade, use the mail, or use the actual house.
So it's the original, it's the original challenge from the actual servers where you got the add-on. I see. I don't like that one. It's like super boring. I hate it. Like I hated playing the challenge that way. It's like so fucking boring. I don't know.
Until you reach max level. We hope that you join us to take on this new challenge. So yeah, on behalf of the Classic team, thank you so much.
Cool, thanks. Next guy.
Wow, look at this crowd.
Wow, yeah, that's the
Hello,
game you're
BlizzCon.
presenting.
My name's Josh Greenfield, and I'm the senior game producer on WoW Classic.
Oh, no
I'm
way.
here to talk to you today about our new season for a Classic World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery. Today, I'm going to give you an introduction and an overview of what our season is at a very high level, as well as giving you an idea of what our major features are. After this overview, I'm going to hand things off to a few other Classic team members to dig into some specifics about what I'm going to cover. So let's go ahead and jump in.
So this Classic Plus content.
It seems fitting to start off talking about discoveries. It's in the name after all, so it seems pretty important to the season. When you first start a character in Season of Discovery, it'll look and feel identical to original World of Warcraft. You'll slay kobolds, you'll give lazy peons a bonk, all the kind of normal things you do when starting fresh in World of Warcraft. When you get to around level 2, however, in the starter zone,
Whoa,
your
2?
class trainer will offer you a new quest. And this is to go find your first rune. We'll talk about runes in a little bit more in a minute, but after that intro quest, the game simply tells you, go find more. And that's kind of where discoveries come in. Discoveries are essentially secrets hidden throughout the game world. They usually aren't quests in the traditional sense. There's nothing on your map to show them to you. This is classic after all. And some may be as simple as a treasure coffer deep in a cobalt mine, but many are small events kind of unto themselves, oftentimes requiring more than one player, a little bit of creativity, or some keen observation skills to obtain. One of the things we love about Azeroth is the sense of awe and wonder it inspires. It's a massive world. But due to the kind of solved nature of original WoW, it can sometimes feel a lot smaller than it did when we first started our adventures.
No.
Discoveries are a way to disrupt that a bit. Keep the world familiar, comfortable, but add enough new things to find to evoke that sense of adventure and exploration we first felt when we stepped foot in Azeroth.
But I already
Beyond
felt
the
it
next
with the
hill,
base game.
Deep in the next crypt or cave, something exciting could be hidden. One other thing we love about discoveries is this social and information sharing aspect. For those first few weeks of each phase, we hope to find secret finding communities pop up, both in and out of game, as players...
Totally. There won't be found a way within 2 weeks to camp these things and figure out their spawn timers, and everyone gets an add-on that tells them where the thing is spawning and what it gives and whatever the fuck. Totally it won't be mid-maxed.
Scour Azeroth to find all these little hidden things. We can't wait to read general chat as players begin sharing what they found with each other.
Yeah, I can't wait to read general chat of looking for boost for Strafholm. Looking for boost for Strafholm. Boosting, selling runs. Yeah, I love classic general chat. I love
think
it.
that social and info sharing aspect is super exciting, and we can't wait to see how long it takes for all these little secrets to be found. In order to preserve this sense of discovery, we will not be holding a public beta or PTR for Season of Discovery.
That's dangerous for Blizzard. They just cannot do that shit. They're too bad at these things. Even with betas, they still fuck up.
We want day one of Season of Discovery to feel as fresh and full of surprises as we can. So we're taking a chance here to keep those first few weeks as exciting as possible. The last thing we'll say about discoveries now is that we wanted to craft them in a way that really felt at home in original WoW. Many times when playtesting amongst ourselves, we'd find a new NPC or an object, and someone would hesitate and say, like, is this from 2004? Is this new? And we're like, yeah, it's new. That's new to the season. And to us, that's a great success. The idea here is that these things feel as like a natural part of Azeroth as it was at this point in WoW's history. Next, let's talk a little bit about level-banded content phases and what that means. In essence, level-banded content phases are how we're going to approach the level-up journey in Season of Discovery. When we initially launch, the level cap in Season of Discovery will be level 25. After a number of weeks, the level cap will increase to a higher level for the next phase. So, why a level cap of 25 to start with? Well, our inspiration for this actually came from the WoW Classic Beta in 2019. We saw how much fun the game was when the level was capped at a lower level, and how players would find new and exciting talent and item combinations to optimize around. And this is something we
that's because the game was good.
And it's something we've wanted to sort of explore ever since. We also realized how approachable an initial lower level cap could be. We talk a lot internally about approachability on WoW Classic and respecting players' time. There's a major goal of this level-banded approach to really give you a chance to get into it. One of the things we really consistently see on forums or social media too is it too late to start? And oftentimes we'll hear this literally within a day or two of a new release. And obviously, it's never too late to start playing Classic WoW. But as we've all grown into additional responsibilities and found ourselves spending maybe a little less time playing games than we used to, we can definitely feel that sense of kind of fear of missing out, or FOMO, when we log in after a long week and see our friends 10 or 20 levels ahead of us. And for that, this level-banded approach is perfect. There will be plenty to do in each new leveling journey.
Honestly, I guess it's not bad. It sounds okay. My only thing is, again, if I have to be skeptical with Blizzard time gating, Not a good combo. I feel like they just love time gating. They just want an excuse to time gate stuff. Just so they can keep you hooked for longer. But technically, yeah, it's could be interesting to just have it capped to 25 and then nobody rushes too hard. I mean, I don't know. I guess. And maybe. I don't know.
From the quests and dungeons and battlegrounds we all know and love, to finding all the brand new things to discover across Azeroth. And then later on, leveling new alts to find all of their hidden discoveries as well. There's lots to do, but we're hoping that you won't ever feel that sense of being behind just because you couldn't play on a given day.
That's a
we also
stupid
plan
notion.
to give a very sizable experience boost to the previous level band every time we raise the level cap. This is kind of similar to Joyous Journeys and Wrath Classic, if you're familiar with that. So even if you miss a phase or once a level and all...
I don't like that at all. I don't like this. I don't like this whole... This was the same conversation that was happening around when Blizzard were adding boosts with the Dark Portal Pass and shit. And like, a lot of players would be like, oh my god, I've played this game already, or I don't care to play the early game, all of my friends are already getting to late game, I just want to play with them. Like, this is like the same argument, and I think it's stupid because at the end of the day, you decide to play this game, and what the game involves is a leveling experience, and the leveling experience is this fast. This is how it works. That's it. Full stop. That is objectively what the game that you chose to play is. If you don't like that part of the game, you just don't like that part of the game. That's it. You either fucking play something else or you don't. Like, I don't know why these things have to be shaped. Like, yeah, obviously everyone is gonna like leveling faster, but why change up so much of it? I don't know. In my eyes, it's just like better to just leave older versions of WoW to be older versions of WoW. It's fine if they're a bit more rough around the corners, or they feel like slower to level at. That's just the game. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like history, okay? You immerse you immerse yourself and you just hope to experience it the way it was, I guess. I don't know. It's fine.
You'll be able to catch up to your friends in no time.
Hello?
So the next thing we want to talk about is in-game at level cap. So when we kind of decided on this level banded content approach, we had to kind of sit down and ask ourselves, what is in-game when the level cap is 25? And first, I think it makes sense to talk a little bit about our inspiration. And this is something we really keep coming back to a lot on Classic. Since this is a version of original WoW, we wanted to start out grounded in familiar locations and put the focus for the new stuff on fresh gameplay and mechanics in those iconic dungeons and locales. To that end, our first raid in Season of Discovery will be the iconic dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, reimagined as a 10-player raid instance.
10-player.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next, one of our main goals is to ensure that these are fully featured, deep, satisfying raids, and not simply the addition of a few mechanics to existing encounters as they were in 2004. All of these encounters are a full ground-up redesign and should feel like proper raid encounters. And of course, with new raids comes lots of new loot.
Yeah, this fucking...
In addition to raids, we also really want to play up that PvP aspect. And as a result, we're planning to add several outdoor PvP events to the game as the level caps increase. Thank you. Lastly, one of the things we're most excited about is where we go when we start getting to higher levels.
This is like a gameplay thing. Like, all of these gameplay things, I can't know how they're gonna turn out. Like, I can give opinions and stuff, but unless I see how they play and experience them, I can never tell for sure. Yo, ZD, hope you're doing fine, dude. Eclipse. But it's kind of like for the PvP thing. Oh, now you get world PvP events. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but world PvP and classic is already good because PvP just feels good. PvP and these things like that are already good start feeling like chores when you give them when you give players like the necessity of go somewhere. Oh, okay, well, you have to drag your ass over to Ashenvale to do this shit. But this is like a bigger problem that I feel is like more ingrained in like the WoW community and how it's shaped over the years. Because in general, I think most WoW players nowadays don't even want to do world PvP because they're just kind of like reprogrammed this way. And maybe just because on Classic the retail WoW community plays, they just also are not that crazy about it. Even though there was still some good amounts of world PvP early on. But let's just say, you know, maybe I've tried some private servers and like, for example, the communities there are more open to more old school stuff like that just for fun. I don't know. I mean, it feels a little bit artificial, but again, I'd have to play it. I'd have to.
They're leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences.
Still think a reboot would be better than the 3 expansions.
Unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content.
I think them going bankrupt is gonna be better, yeah,
I'm excited too.
than all of that.
We think that level 25 is going to
Just
be
put it
full of
out of
great,
its misery.
memorable gameplay that feels right at home in original WoW. But this is just the first step, and we think the best is yet to come. So next, let's kind of change gears and talk about rune engraving a little bit. So this is one of the most exciting new things about Season of Discovery. One of the most consistent pieces of feedback we've gotten from previous iterations of original WoW, such as our Season of Mastery, is that many players would like to try some adjustments to their favorite class or spec. We really wanted to take a chance with Season of Discovery and go kind of wild here, and we did.
Okay,
That's where rune
so it's
engraving
like...
comes in. Rune engraving is a new skill that all Season of Discovery characters know automatically on character creation.
This is private server stuff. I remember this. This is from private servers.
Rune engraving allows you to gather, learn, and apply new class abilities directly to your equipment, kind of like enchants.
Oh my god. Okay, well...
You'll be able to discover runes in your chest, legs, and glove slots, and as the level...
I'm not promoting private servers, but this is literally from a private server. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, obviously, if it makes their games good, I mean, I guess it's their right, but... I wonder if they've even worked with like the people that initially made those things. I don't know. Yo, alien.
Level cap increases, additional runes
I don't know,
other
man.
item
It's
slots
like
will
literally
be discoverable over time.
already
Once
a thing
learned,
in
runes
private
are permanent
servers.
and can be applied and reapplied to your gear at will, just out of
It just kind of shows something about their creativity
One of the
to me.
most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in, you know, damage abilities with a healing talent spec, so you could solo a little bit better, or you could swap maybe to tanking ability runes.
I don't like that. That is actually stuff that I don't... That feels like retail stuff to me. Like, yeah, okay, more options, but that's the problem of a lot of class play in retail. Classes have too many options. They lose their identity. Again, older versions of the game that are meant to be experienced as the older version of the game are fine to be a little bit rough around the edges. You know, back then, you know, you play a class because it knows what you know what it offers, and you are fine with not offering other stuff. If I play, I don't know, a shaman, I accept that I'm not always gonna be the star of the show, but I'm there to kind of support with totems and bloodlusts and whatever the fuck. It's just, I don't know.
To round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one. You
I don't
may
like
also
that.
encounter previously faction-specific paladin and shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the factions losing their unique.
I think it's fine to mix things up. You can only play the same 20-year stuff so many times before it gets stale. In different servers, sure. This is different servers, right? It's not like base classic is gonna be like this anymore. They're just gonna open up separate realms that are gonna be Season of Discovery, as far as I know, right? Which is fine, you know. But personally, me, if you ask me, I would play a good version of WoW for a really, really long time. I've already played, like, technically, like, probably 7 years or more of Wrath of the Lich King. Literally only Wrath of the Lich King, patch 335, that's it. Why? Because it's a good game, and it doesn't matter that there's no new content ever, or other stuff to look forward to. If you have an MMO that's just, by default, good, That's enough for me. And I think that's kind of losing track with WoW nowadays. Among
In
10
order
million
to
other
also
things, of
streamline the
course.
talent system to go along with runes, we do plan to adjust the respec cost to be much more nominal in Season of Discovery, particularly at low levels. And that's not all. That's not all.
Whatever.
Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, someday, you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery. Who knows?
Fair,
So,
fair.
Overall, we've been playing this a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it. It's everything
Of course
we
you
love
have.
about
You're not gonna
Classic,
say that
plus
you haven't.
so much more. At this, I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers, Nora Valletta, to talk about some specific abilities you may encounter.
Okay.
There are over 100 runes in the 1 to 25 leveling bracket across all classes, and we'd love for you guys to go forth and discover them on your own. However, to give you an idea of what to expect, I have a few to share with you today. First things first, I want to share some of the things we had in mind when designing runes in Season of Discovery. One is to shake up the meta. Our seasonal content is a great opportunity to deliver WoW Classic, but with a twist. With our non-seasonal content, we try to deliver a Classic experience close to the...
These are gonna be separate servers though, right? Like separate realms. It's not like default Classic.
The original, but with Seasons, we have the freedom to experiment with what-if scenarios, such as, what if rogues could tank? What if paladins did have a taunt? On that point, we wanted to introduce abilities such that each class has something special, something that other classes can point to and go, dang, that's so cool, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, they already have those.
Many of the runes you find are greatest hits remixes of popular abilities from various WoW expansions, so many of them will be familiar to you. That said, some of these familiar abilities may actually behave a little differently than you remember. Some spells and abilities you'll discover have never been introduced before in any WoW expansion. For these, we were careful to make sure they were an appropriate fit for class fantasy. Most importantly, we want Classic to continue to feel like Classic. Many of the iconic spells and abilities you've seen in various WoW expansions feel fitting for that expansion or fitting for modern WoW, but would feel out of place in Classic, so we tried to avoid introducing anything with a too modern feel and made adjustments wherever it made sense. Anyways, enough of that.
Okay, well, they are aware of the problem I had with the idea of Classic Plus. Whether they actually manage to deliver it in the way that it's meant to be,
Let's take a sneak peek at some of those abilities.
Sneak peek.
Druids. In Season of Discovery, you have an interrupt called Skull Bash, which can be used in cat or bear form.
No.
Fury of Storm Rage removes the mana cost of Wrath. Dealing damage with Wrath has a chance to make your next healing touch instant. Wild Growth applies a heal over time effect to your target and up to 5 nearby party members.
Okay, well...
Hello, Hunters. Beast Mastery will increase your pet's damage, health, and focus regen. Growl is now a proper taunt. Explosive Shot is a ranged damage over time ability, and Lone Wolf gives you a damage boost if you have no active pet. Pair this with dual wielding, and you've got yourself a mean melee hunter. Mages. Ice Lance is an instant frost spell that deals triple damage to frozen targets. Living Flame causes flames to erupt and chase a nearby enemy, leaving a burning trail in its wake. And Regeneration is a heal, which marks your target with a temporal beacon. Another rune ability called Rewind Time will heal the damage taken over the previous 5 seconds. You can heal other people with this, by the way, not just yourself, so I hope you've made room on your roster for mage healers. Paladins.
Okay.
In WoW Classic, they don't have a taunt, but here it is in Season of Discovery.
Wow, Pog.
Hand of Reckoning is your taunt. Knowing this ability will also increase the threat bonus of Righteous Fury and cause you to...
Oh.
Knowing this ability will also increase the threat bonus.
Yeah, these things are cool. They've already been proven to be, like, not a bad thing. Because you have them on private servers. They've literally done the beta testing for them. I still don't think they're a good thing in general. Like, personally, I don't really care for stuff like that. If I wanna play Classic, I wanna play Classic. But, you know, I guess it's like, you know, different in any case. Separate. Or should be.
Priests. You can channel penance to heal nearby
Penance.
friendly targets or deal damage to enemy targets.
Of course.
Prayer of Mending heals your target the next time they take damage or receive healing. Afterwards, it'll bounce to another
I
friendly
hate Prayer of
player
Mending.
nearby.
Boring.
Homunculi animates 3 miniature copies of your character, which will attack your target with a mace, a sword, and an axe, reducing their attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively. Rogues.
Okay.
From stealth, Shadow Strike allows you to teleport behind your target and strike for a nice big chunk of damage.
Oh, come on.
Envenom is a finishing move. It deals poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target, and also increases the frequency of applying instant poison for some time afterwards.
Shadow Strike is so busted.
Just a Flesh Wound is our rogue tank ability. You generate way more threat, you take reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active, you're less likely to be critically hit by melee attacks, and your feint ability turns into a taunt called Tease.
Jeez. Okay.
Shamans. Lava Lash deals offhand weapon damage. Offhand. In Season of Discovery, Enhancement, Shamans can dual wield with the help of another rune, not pictured here. Happy hunting. Healing Rain is a gradual AoE heal which can be placed on the ground, or on a lamppost, or on the ceiling.
Okay.
Way of Earth allows you to perform the coveted role of Shaman.
Yeah, Warlock tanks too, apparently.
With this, you'll deal increased threat, you'll take less damage, and Earth
And I
Shock
guess you
becomes
tank.
your taunt.
As Shaman as well.
Warlocks. Haunt deals damage, increases all shadow damage you deal to the target, and heals you for the damage it dealt once it's dispelled or expires.
It's so good. Haunt.
Chaos Bolt sends a big beefy
Oh
bolt
my
of fire at
god.
the enemy.
Disgusting.
It always hits, it can't be resisted, and it causes all of your fire spells.
Absolutely disgusting, these two spells.
And Metamorphosis.
Oh god.
This is your shapeshift, allowing you to transform into a demon, similar to a druid's bear form.
Nice. Well, that's cool. Everyone always wanted to be permanently in Metamorphosis because it's super cool looking.
Melee cleave, and Curse of Recklessness is your taunt. Warriors.
Okay.
Victory Rush is a weapon attack that can be used after killing an enemy. It will heal you for a certain percentage of your health.
Whatever, I guess.
Devastate will cause your Sunder armor
Devastate
to deal
is
main
really
weapon
good.
damage, increased for each stack of Sunder armor already on the target. And Raging Blow is a vicious strike that deals
I
heavy
don't care.
damage, but can only be used while enraged. Now this is just a taste of all the abilities coming
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Classic
we
Season
get it.
Discovery.
Next.
And really, bottom line, we want everyone
Wow.
to feel OP.
That's a meme. That's a Twitter WoW exclusive. WoW Twitter exclusive meme right here.
Anyways, enough about runes. Let's instead turn our attention to the ancient forest of Ashenvale in northern Kalimdor.
Okay, World PvP.
Ashenvale is known for its beauty,
Oh, the raid.
its rich natural resources, and its
No.
role as a hotly contested territory
Okay,
between
World
the
PvP.
Horde and the Alliance.
Hey, I predicted
In Season
it.
of Discovery, earning kills while in Ashenvale will trigger a zone-wide PvP event. During this event, a leader will appear in the zone for each faction. A Farseer for the Horde.
Oh my god, we're playing Heroes of the Storm now! What the fuck? Why do we have to add fucking PvE? It becomes like a fucking battleground.
And a Priestess of the Moon for the Alliance. Your objective is simple. It's to defeat the enemy leader. Now this is easier said than done.
Okay, fine.
These leaders are tough, so you'll have to work together to take them out. In addition to the main camps where those faction leaders reside, various other camps will spawn across the zone for each faction. The Priestess of the Moon and the Farseer are each buffed by respective leaders in those smaller camps. The
Yeah,
more of those small
Alterac
camps
Valley,
you can take
basically.
out, the weaker your enemy's faction leader will become.
Yeah, literally Alterac Valley, yeah.
It's much like Alterac Valley.
Yeah, okay.
This event is an awesome way to earn honor, as well as reputation with Warsong Gulch factions, which allows you to unlock some of the best level 25.
I love PvP. I like this. I don't want to like it a bit, but I mean, yeah, if it gives the slightest opportunity of making Alterac Valley a complete scumfuck, absolute clusterfuck of 10 billion people, level 50s, 60s, 20s, 30s fighting each other, that is amazing. Whether it'll happen, I don't know. But again, people used to kind of do these things naturally. That's the whole point of South Shore versus Star and Mill. People just like playing the game, they like fucking other people up, and they just end up doing that when they're put too close against one another without any reason. But yeah, you know, if this helps classic players, sure. I'm always up for World PvP.
You'll also be able to earn a mount, which you can actually use at level 25, but only in Ashenvale. It will increase your speed by 50%, giving you the extra boost you need to seek and destroy the enemy.
Fair enough.
So, come kick some ass.
The worst scenario is everyone just dodging each other and racing in PvE mode. Yeah, honestly, that's very possible. Very possible. Very possible.
Anyways, I've done enough talking. It's time for me to pass things off to Tim, who's going to talk to you.
Okay, Tim, let's go, Tim. Big news, please.
Multiplayer content is the heart of World of Warcraft. Whether we're questing together, running a dungeon, crafting an item for a friend, or chatting in guild about where to find that new metamorphosis rune for Warlock, WoW offers one of the richest multiplayer experiences across all of gaming. And Season of Discovery aims to deliver on providing new group content that's both challenging and rewarding. Now first, I want everyone to take a moment with me and imagine. Alongside the Zorm Strand on Ashenvale's north coast.
Yep,
lies
Zorm
the
Strand.
ruins of an ancient elven temple to the goddess Elune.
Yep, Elune. Yep, imagine
stirs within, drawing the likes of the Naga and the Twilight's Hammer in search of power and anything that can hasten the coming of the old gods.
Yep, old gods.
Maybe you've been here before, maybe not.
Yeah, there was a really boring-ass dungeon there. Is that what you're talking about?
Not to be drawn in by the mystique, the rich art, the level design, as well as the robust creature and spell ecology of Blackfathom Deeps. Now, on the Classic team, we couldn't help but ask ourselves, could this amazing location be more than just a 5-player dungeon? So we're excited. Get your level 25 Prebis, equip your runes, find 9 of your best friends, and get ready.
Yeah, WoW players having 9 friends.
Level up raids. New instance challenges for raid groups to experience the max level for each of Season of Discovery's content bands. Woo!
Whoa! Let's go!
You know, at level 25, Blackfathom Deeps is the first level up raid that you'll experience in Season of Discovery. You know, groups should be easy to form. Grab a couple tanks and healers, make a party of 10, you're good to go.
Surely.
Everyone and their mom can tank and heal in Season of Discovery now, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, surely that's... Yeah,
Content phases in Season of Discovery
surely that's gonna be a lot more tanks nowadays.
Either. And we want you to have as many opportunities.
There aren't tanks in retail.
And as such, Blackfathom will offer a 3-day lockout, much like the raid Zul'Gurub.
True, they should make a server where you can pull bosses to cities. It's true, it's true. Why not?
The story's the same, the location and creatures may be familiar to some, but the challenges and rewards are brand new. 7 new bosses are here to both entertain and test your skills. And how could we not make raid content without new loot? Existing quests and rewards have also been updated.
How busted is this loot?
As well.
Can you get level 25 epics?
Secrets within the raid. Can you solve the mystery of the Twilight Artisan? Can you find the recipes for the Blackfathom sharpening stones and wizard oil? And will you be the first group to access the new world buff, Boon of Blackfathom?
Oh, okay. New world buff. I don't give a shit, honestly.
I love your guys' enthusiasm. This is amazing.
Oh my god.
Let's peek behind the curtain at what challenges await players in Blackfathom, you know, or as we affectionately call it, BFD, not to be confused with BRD or BFA or BWL or BWD.
Lamau. Acronyms.
Baron Aquinas, he guards the entrance. No longer a simple quest NPC. You must challenge his elemental lieutenants that inhabit the Fathom Stones and defeat him. And in doing so, you will face off against Aquinas himself atop the infamous jumping puzzle. You know, And jump you must to get in range of the Baron, but beware of both the boss and your teammates, because there are many a peril that may knock you off. In all honesty, this boss is lightly tuned, and there are some hidden power-ups below the water to help you return to the platform.
Okay.
Next off, you must face against Gamura, the fearsome turtle that's been swimming in the enchanted waters of the deeps for a long, long time. You know, exposure to these energies has granted her both power and size, but most importantly, she's now protected by a magical barrier that protects her against almost any attack. Break through this barrier and start blasting for massive damage. Get your orange parse.
Yeah, get it, bro. Otherwise, you're kicked.
Commotion will bring you to the attention of Lady Saraves, a powerful and reckless Naga sea witch who commands a legion of Black Fathom elite in Myrmidons. She is a formidable foe that will overwhelm you unless you find a way to turn.
Is it the exact same layout?
Her and her minions. No, these three bosses round out the prologue of Black Fathom Deeps, and in all three are available to fight in our demo in Hall D. Check it out.
Okay. What's so funny?
And that's not it. Witness the corruption of Gelihast and take on the march of the Void Murlocs.
Wow.
Break past Lorgus Jet's magical barriers and corrupted totems.
Okay.
Conquer your dreams as you challenge Twilight Lord Kelris. And good luck against the giant Void Hydra. Seriously, you're going to need it. And not to forget, there will be glittering prizes awaiting.
Increases healing done by spells, shadow resistance. Okay, shadow resistance, shadow. Okay, this is like raiding shit. Because I guess a lot of it does shadow damage in this raid. There's damage and healing, then attack power. Chest, 130 armor, agility, stamina, intellect. You're not entirely certain, but you're pretty sure that clam weaving isn't a real thing. That's like that dumbass fucking min-max strat on Reddit. I remember vaguely. Fathom Blade blasts all enemies in front of you with a pressurized water. Chance on hit. Improves your chance to hit by 1%. Improves chance to hit by 1%. Isn't that really good already? On level 25. The sound of crashing waves echo with every swing.
You, including some of these fancy items.
Okay. It's a two-hander.
Now, telling you all this is great, but I think we'd rather just show you. So it is my pleasure to provide a quick sneak peek video of the raid, edited by the team itself, as though it was pulled straight from a community website in 2005. Please take a look.
Wow, is it like 1800 by 600 resolution? Okay. They needed to reduce the resolution. I'm like seeing too much graphics on my screen. They needed to make it more nostalgic. Pretty sure in Lore Akomai was supposed to be a lot more like fearsome or some shit, but it was like the most washed out boss. Dude, they're using Cataclysm music in a vanilla expansion? Weird. Weird. Ruining my immersion. But okay. I mean, it's classic gameplay. Yep. Ten-man raid could be nice. I don't know if it's like... I don't know, I guess it could be nice. 10-man raid. There. That's it. That is it. That is it. We did it. We made it past all of the content, chat. All of it. I caught up. All of the Warcraft content. I'm here. Okay, so I don't know if I missed it or something, but so apparently now there is 3 expansions coming. Dragonflight is super short, like super short. It's almost like over. And then you get these new expansions and they're like super short as well. Like extremely short, and you pay full price for them? Am I understanding this right? you pay full expansion price, even when these expansions have been getting more and more expensive. And now not only are they more frequent, but they're the same price. 90 for all? Wait, what? It lets you... Oh, you buy just once and it gives you all of them? 90 bucks to play... oh yeah, also you get... For buying the Epic Edition or whatever, you get to play 3 days early. Early access. I absolutely fucking hate that. That is one of the reasons, one of the things that when I saw, before I reacted to these things, obviously didn't watch BlizzCon, but I saw people talking about it, and when I heard a 3-day early access thing behind the $90 option, I knew that nothing is gonna change, bro. Like, how can you believe that stuff are gonna change when they keep doing the most shameless shit in reality? 3-day early access for a WoW expansion. Of course people are gonna want that. Behind the $90 thing. Yeah, bro, we're coming home. Pull out your credit cards. Now's the time to come back. Like, I'm not like, you know, it's kind of like those things when you see it, you can tell. I see this and I'm like, okay, nothing's changed. Like, I don't need to see the expansion. If the expansions end up being good, great. Awesome. But if I had to draw a conclusion right now, that's my conclusion. It's like nothing's changed and this is just weird shit. And they're still being fucking shameless. I don't know, man. Apparently WoW isn't for poor people. Yeah, it's not. I can't fucking afford this game. I don't want to afford it anymore, but Jesus Christ. This is not worth it. It's not only the most expensive game in the world, it's also the most risky game. It's like, not only do you have addicted players, because the community is definitely addicted to this game, but also you're forcing them to gamble. Like, every new retail expansion that's released nowadays by Blizzard, it's just a gamble, and most of the time you fucking lose. You give your money, and then you're like, oh, well, I hope this expansion is good, and then you play it, and you're like, oh shit, turns out it's not good. Oh well, I've already invested some time, I might as well just grind these things out and do my daily and weekly chores and blah, 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 blah. Ain't it, bro? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. That is sus. I don't like that, not one bit. Cataclysm, I like Cataclysm. I want to be excited for Cataclysm, but again, I was really excited for TBC. I wanted to play through TBC. TBC is gone. I feel like it'll be much easier for them to shut down Cataclysm after like 5 months when even less people play it, so... I don't know, man. I don't know. It just, like, the whole thing with 3 expansions, 60 overall. Okay. The whole thing with expansions, with the expansions is horrible to me. Not only the early access. Like, Blizzard just like nowadays to stretch out content for as much as possible and stretch out releases in a weird way just so they can guarantee hype around the game. And not only are they guaranteeing hype, because it's easy hype when an expansion comes out, of course people are going to be hyped, but you're also guaranteeing money. Easy money, not just subscription money. Fucking whole box shelf fucking money for the upfront cost. The worst part in WoW is that you can get banned no matter how much money you gave. I mean, I'm not saying you won't deserve it, but I mean, the problem with that is that the it's hard for you to get like help from like Blizzard, like GMs and community managers and whatever the fuck. So, yeah. It's fine, you know, people, if they deserve bans, should be banned, of course. Dawn Trail Waiting Room. Dawn Trail didn't look that much more interesting to me at all. So, you know, I'm not really excited for Dawn Trail, and I don't give a fucking shit about War Within, that's for sure. But at least the trailer was okay, because it had Anduin, and I kind of like Anduin. Most people don't deserve the bans, let's be honest. The character in your video also didn't deserve the ban. Oh yeah, my character was based on the notion of Blizzard messing up their bans sometimes, which even if they did it once or twice is already heinous enough, but they've done it a lot of times. Still, at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people do deserve their ban. But Blizzard moderate their games too little nowadays sometimes. That's why hardcore works, because the game moderates itself. Is someone hacking? Is someone botting? Just kill them, you know? Or something, I don't know. Like, they risk of dying somehow. Not bad. Not bad. Well, what am I saying? Not bad as in not bad me. Not bad me and you, Chad, that we actually made it through this whole thing. I kind of wanted to go live today to check through all these things that I missed. Obviously, just WoW stuff. I don't give a shit. Like, Overwatch is literally not a game in my eyes. Overwatch is simply a name, a brand, that people make porn of. And that's pretty good. But the game itself, I really couldn't give less of a shit. Especially with how disappointing they've been. And then... What? I doubt they've actually talked about Warcraft 3 Reforged. There's nothing to say. Are they talking about HOTS? I don't think so. And Diablo, I guess. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a fucking single shit about Diablo. Diablo 4 was probably one of the most boring things I've touched in recent time. Undoubtedly. It's common in gaming that the game turns bad yet lives on because of people that are just too connected. Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course, these things are also subjective. There's also always going to be people that are just gonna enjoy stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people have invested too much. But also, again, this is the problem of the MMO sphere. Even if a person, let's say during Shadowlands, even if a die-hard fan of WoW during Shadowlands told themselves, oh, wait a second, I'm not having fun, I want to quit, they would look around the rest of the MMO options and they won't see anything that interesting. A lot of the MMOs that are not WoW are just extremely niche games that are really hard to get into, unless you have like friends playing them. So that's just kind of it. Like, WoW not only remains popular because of its super invested community, but also because there's not that much anything better to play out there. MMOs try to be niche so they can retain just some community so they can call themselves successful enough so they don't fucking die in the first year. That's how it is. StarCraft is also dead. Oh, that shit is dead. But yeah, I mean, I don't care about this. Like, again, this is the first BlizzCon that I just didn't watch. I only watched it obviously because, you know, we're streaming. We might as well watch something. I might as well catch up. I'm still making WoW content every now and then. But yeah, I didn't really care about it, and now when I watched it, yeah, nothing really seemed too interesting. I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm running back through it. Yeah. The only thing, unironically, the only thing I'm a little bit excited about is Anduin's story. That's it. That's the stupidest thing. But I can't help but be excited because I was excited about him back in Legion, and they fucking wasted him. And now they're gonna focus on him again, and it's maybe taking a more serious tone, which is cool, but again, like, Blizzard can't really write stories nowadays, so that's how it is. General consensus, nothing interesting. To me, it looks like the problems are gonna be the same. The problems are still gonna be there, and retail is still not gonna be a great game, in my opinion. Or at least it's not gonna regain anywhere near its former glory. It's still gonna be just kind of like a husk. Classic is like trying stuff. I personally don't really care for those things. To me, the base game was already good enough. The only problem was Blizzard ignoring it. To me, Classic was gonna be perfect. As long as Blizzard moderated it and banned bots and hackers. And put some limitations on some things. Like, for example, boosting. When they were like, they could have been like, hey, boosting is now illegal. We're gonna get you banned if you fucking boost. Like, if you promote boosting, that is. I don't know. I hate these things. Those things have really killed WoW Classic for me. But that's, again, I already made a video on that. I don't have to, like, repeat myself. But yeah, these things are just kind of nothing special, dude. I don't know. It's like whatever. Now I've caught up at least. Maybe I'll cut up this stream, upload it on this second channel. Come on, Captain Buzzkill, smile, hop on Copium train one more time. Yeah, one more time. I feel like the WoW community is the richest people in the world. I guess most of them are adults, but I grew up in a household where buying World of Warcraft is an investment. That is a huge fucking price to pay. It's always been an extremely expensive game in my mind. And I mean, I've grown up frugal because, like, stuff like that. And nowadays, so many people so casually are like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I just, you know, nowadays, obviously, I'm not a kid and, you know, I have some income on my own, but I'm like, I still can't look at this game and be like, oh my god, okay, well, I'm gonna get it. I can't. Now the gacha community is the richest? Yeah, I guess. I don't know, I'm just, I can't be distrusting for a game that's this expensive when it's had so many fuck-ups in the last few years. And not only is it like innocent little fuck-ups, you know, like devs, sometimes they fuck up. They try to do a good, they try to impress players, and sometimes they mess up. It's okay, I get it. But not only have they been doing it all the time, but also the company itself has been shameless, you know? All of these fucking controversies they've involved themselves in. Thank God they've kind of like slowed down a bit on that recently, but yeah. It's been a lot. It's definitely been a lot in recent times. Okay, well chat, I think this is a pretty good time to wrap up. We finished everything that I wanted to finish, I think. If there's anything that I've missed that's honestly pretty interesting, maybe you can send it over to me next time, whenever that is. Maybe that's tomorrow or the day after or whatever the fuck. But yeah, today I'm a little bit tired because I didn't sleep. And thankfully, the stream setup worked well enough. Bobby, thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And everyone who got a sub from Bobby. But yeah, I wanted to chill a little bit, react to this shit. I guess it's kind of interesting to kind of check in and see what the fuck they're up to. But yeah, for now, that is going to be everything. Chat, thank you all so much for stopping by today's streams. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day. On the Out channel, I released a video that's kind of like just a highlight of like one of the recent Crystalline Conflict streams. I thought it turned out pretty fine. Might as well commemorate Crystalline Conflict as one of the most annoying PvP modes. The Jailer!
183 gift subs in the chat.
Oh my god, I can't wait till the Jailer joins World of Warcraft once more. Thank you, Bobby, and thank you, the Jailer, for everything. You've tried the new map? No, not yet. I haven't had time to play. Next time when we stream Final Fantasy, whenever that is. We'll see. But yeah, chat, that'll be all from me. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. We got some cool cards. No, we didn't get some cool cards. Those that missed, this is the only card we got today. It's an alternate version of this piece of shit. It's boring, stupid-ass character, but it's a shiny. It looks nice. It's shiny and it's alternate. It's like €6 or something. I'll take it. Okay, chat. Take care of yourselves. Have a nice rest of your day. Follow the stream. Join the Discord if you haven't. And I'll see you whenever next stream is. I don't know when that is. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. I'm pretty busy. I'm getting very, very busy these months. And I hope everything is fine. Because I'm gonna get a fucking heart attack at this rate. Take care of yourselves, kiss kiss, and I hope I get to see you next time. Stay cool, chat. Bye-bye. This is the time to come back to WoW, pussy. Stop being a doubter. This is it. We're going home. This is it. We're going home.